Welcome back to Grim Volume. The best place to watch or listen to D&D be played by real people. Thank you again for tuning in as we get right into this session, session 14. It's going to be a good one, so buckle up, grab your popcorn, grab your tuna, and let's get started.
Hey, tuna? What? Hey, yo, grab your tuna!
You got on your feet. After the appearance of some mysterious figures, namely Enzo and two people who follow, the party begins to get a bit agitated as things quickly go south, start to get chaotic. As we dive back in, the party is a bit scattered. Some headed back to the Harbinger's Hearth, some to the cliff, and some to reconnect with old friends. As three people follow a young boy they met in the alley. Let's just get a reminder. Yavik, you're in the Harbinger's Hearth with a friend. Who all went to the cliff?
I believe it was us four.
Got it. And then Goradine, Zarena, and Levi all went through the alley. Where that young boy, he asked for some money. He said he would lead you to your friend.
You do have a name, right?
Just this way. Just kind of walks in.
Okay, just this way. How long have you known Tamara?
Forever, I guess.
Forever? Oh, I guess you are a kid. That makes sense.
I don't know. It's kind of creepy. You sure you want to see her?
I'm sure. Yeah.
It doesn't sound very sure. He kind of just skips into that.
Hey, I don't think I heard your name.
That's because I didn't say it.
Why not?
Swindler.
Swindler?
That's his name.
Tell us your name.
Swindler. Kind of turns around and just keeps going.
It's fine.
She literally like glares at you.
It's a fitting name.
He doesn't have to give up his name. It's probably more than
around here?
what he got.
I don't trust him.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't. That's why I'm gonna kill him if he tries anything.
I heard that.
I know. You gonna follow him?
Oh. After walking for about 10 minutes, he stops you all. You hear that?
Do I hear anything?
It's the sound of bones breaking.
We're getting
No.
close to Tamara.
That's just the rats.
Okay, well, that's it.
Ew.
You really had me there for a second.
Yeah, no. Really soiled myself.
You guys are wimps.
See, the sweat.
Well, it's been a minute since I've been this part of town.
You all see him kind of behind his back, like knocking a pattern onto the stone wall behind him.
Just gonna reach to my dagger, just ready.
Alright, well, and... Alright, then just around this way. Kind of goes behind into this very narrow, dark alley.
Hey, be ready to give up any weapons. They might ask. It's been a minute.
Right.
She might want to kill me if she sees me.
It's right through here.
Okay.
Now,
Gonna walk through.
before you go in,
Oh yeah.
be careful.
Why? Don't smile at me.
I'll tell you why if you give me another gold.
I'm just gonna rub his head a little bit, like in my noogie, and walk through.
I'd rather not give you any more money.
Suit yourself as you guys walk through the door. Immediately into a dark room. Wood, there's furniture, and there's just stairs that go up.
Any visible figures in there?
No. It's kind of a hallway. Seems like it's empty. You hear creaking upstairs.
Get comfortable. I'm gonna go see who is up.
By yourself?
I think that would be less intimidating, then, Dean, he's a pretty intimidating guy. Can be.
Oh, yeah, he's so scary.
And you're just terrifying to look at, so.
How sweet.
I'm just being so honest. I just get the sense
the
of
scar.
danger. It's not the scar. It's just it's the piercing
part of it.
eyes, like her arrows. Eyes for arrows, kind of got that.
Go upstairs. Go.
Walk up the stairs. Kind of creaks really loud as you walk up. There's a landing, small table.
Tamara.
There's these curtains at the top of the stairs.
Hello. It's an old friend. Just kind of making my presence known.
Yeah.
Friend of Simon's. Let's go pull away the
Yeah.
curtain.
There's a bunch of curtains as you kind of move through
Mm-hmm.
and like trip a little bit on like a step up
Gotcha.
into this room.
Nice place. Could use a bit more lighting.
As you move
These curtains
past
ever
a few
end?
curtains,
Okay.
there's this room. It's dark. There's a candle on the table in the corner, and there's a window looking out over an alley. You see a dark figure. Looks like a tiefling. Speak the truth. She rubs her lip.
Sorry, what was that?
In this zone, just barely noticeable magic kind of comes over you.
Is that a charisma saving throw?
Zone of truth.
Gotcha. Is it a charisma saving
I believe so, yes.
I'm gonna initially resist it. $26.
As you kind of push past this,
I appreciate honesty, but I just need to make sure it's still you.
you see this face kind of come into the light. Some semblance of familiarity.
It's been a bit though.
That's really you.
Yeah. I know I've changed, but you look good. Do you have like upstairs neighbors or something?
I will not speak to you unless you tell me the truth. I can't know that for certain.
Tell me something only Tamara would know.
You're a coward.
You are Tamara. Okay. I go ahead and let myself accept that the zone is right.
As this kind of feeling comes over your mind, just a little bit of numbness. Name everyone that you've worked for since I last saw you.
I haven't done too many jobs under people, but I guess in order. 0. And I guess I did a favor for Ezekiel. And I'm doing a job right now for the Hugo. This big guy.
Bandit?
Yeah, bandit.
Any other jobs I should know about?
I got offered one by this guy named the Raven.
Any organizations?
What, just that have offered me work?
That you've worked for?
Yeah, but I think it's best if you don't know their name. For your sake.
Tell me, or you won't have a conversation with me.
Just gonna walk the perimeter of this room real fast.
Yeah.
Any windows?
There's a window next to this table that just looks out over the alleyway.
Just gonna look out.
You see this bleak, empty alley.
They showed up here. About a group of 3.
Oh.
Shinohashi. You don't know the name.
No.
Yeah, nobody does. That's the point.
Listen, I'd love to chat, but I need a reason I can trust you.
Alright. Yeah, what you need from me tomorrow? Because I could ask a few favors of you too.
I said I need a reason I can trust you. A way to know who you really are.
Ask me anything. What? Maybe our good friend Floral back in the day. Or Simon, or who went away not too long
What do you
ago.
think of the Tathu clan?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, to be so honest. Kinda,
Be more clear.
I don't appreciate the work that they do.
More clear.
They killed someone that I cared about. And now I'm gonna try to do my best to disrupt whatever they got going on.
You see a small smile just come across her face. She walks up to you, and you see now more in the light. These sharp features, this light purple skin, and this bright hair.
You look good. I'm just gonna give her a hug.
Yeah, she just grabs you tightly. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Have you... I know I'm not trying to reminisce too fast, but have you seen Simon at all?
No.
No. How are things here for you? I mean, you
Sit
have
down.
a place. Okay, yeah, sure.
It's like
I've
a chair.
seen people downstairs. Do we want to...
Who?
I've ran with them for a bit. One of them scares the crap out of me, but I genuinely think I care for her a little bit. And then Dean, he scares me for a different reason, but has a good heart.
Is it safe to talk with them?
I don't know, but my instinct says yes, but my instincts have been wrong. I mean, just being honest, can't really tell a lie right now.
Well, what do you wish to talk about? What favor do you have of me?
Well, first things first, just call me Levi from now on.
Levi?
That's what I go by. And I was wondering if you could help us a bit with that job we got with Hugo and some commotion I may have started.
What did you do?
Killed 3 guards. In an alleyway outside the Harbinger's Hearth.
And your friends stayed with you?
Most of them. Yeah. I mean, we didn't like split up, you know, wasn't an official breakup, but you know, it's like I'm in the guest bedroom right now. Still in the same house, if you get what I mean.
Then let's talk downstairs.
Okay, can we stop this bit? Just like when we get down.
She just like rubs her lip a little bit, and this faint aura of magic kind of drops out of the room, and the light picks up.
You have me sweating there tomorrow. Jesus. Don't ever make me do that again.
Watch your step as you leave.
Yeah, what are all these curtains doing here?
It's just for effect.
Okay, yeah. Is this where you go to like scare the crap out of people? Jesus.
She walks down the stairs with you,
Mm.
and both of you see what I described as this light purple tiefling.
Hello there, you must be Levi's friend.
Hello.
Name's Cordy Outstrack of the Arrowhead Mountains.
It's just a ray of sunshine.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Very happy.
And here's the rain cloud that follows.
You are?
Zorana.
Joanna. Pleased to meet you.
Hey. I know
Have a
she's...
seat.
Okay. We'll talk.
She kind of sits down at this wooden table, and the lights, as right before they came down the stairs, the lights in here kind of brightened. It's this very humble, small building.
Cozy.
Real
Very.
cozy.
There are no eyes here that watch.
Yeah.
So what do you all need of me?
Well, I was hoping for maybe aliases. If you have any IDs that might match any of our descriptions that we can alter ourselves. We have a tiefling as well with us. This taller lady, about my age. She's already working on something, and then I think that's about all we need to change. But if you have any IDs that could help match those
When do you need
descriptions.
it?
Huh?
When do you need it?
As soon as possible. Just want to be able to move through the city a bit more freely.
And what are you doing?
We're gonna be going into the Hall of Wonders? It's a museum, right? You know that museum here? What's the name of it again? We're gonna be robbing it.
Understood.
Yeah.
You said for Hugo. Hugo the Jaded?
His alias has gotten around. It's nice. Yeah,
No.
that's that jaded Hugo.
What a coincidence.
Right. Yeah.
Such a good coincidence.
Great coincidence.
I'll do this for you.
Okay. Did that owl just run into
What
your
was
window?
that? Is there someone following us?
Let me check real quick. I'm just gonna keep
You open
going.
the door and that little kid is out there. He's like,
Hey. Keep it down. We're trying to have a conversation here.
standing guard.
Okay.
Making sure no guards come in. I'll warn you.
Alright.
You know, ungrateful.
You need a nose clip?
Frick off. Come back inside.
It's just allergies, I think.
Alright, well, I will help you with this.
Yeah. Also, if you wanted something from the hall, we could use someone with a bit more experience.
Want my help?
I mean, if you're down, I'm not asking you. Well, I am asking you. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Fine. Where are you going after you're done? You must leave the city. Lay low.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we're doing this. I still have to talk, but I know we're doing this. I just need to know if we need to have any other business here. I can find, what was his name? Scammy? Scammer? Scammy?
Oh,
Yeah.
swindler.
Swindler. I can find that little kid, and get a message to you about when. Because...
No, I will find you. I will find you.
Okay. I mean, I would never want to leave this place.
I do want to leave this place, but
Mm-hmm.
I will help.
Alright. Let's see. Nice.
Hmm.
It's good to hear. Also, do you mind if we crash here tonight? Maybe. Possibly.
I'm a great house guest.
He actually is. Zorn, are you a good house guest?
I can be polite.
She can be polite.
Very well. Now, we will discuss what you all can do for me once everything is complete. It is very simple.
Yeah. I mean, favor's a favor. That's fair. We can get this done before, because I imagine we're gonna experience a lot of heat once we get in to that museum and take that item. So if you want to get it done before, it might be easier on us. Just don't want to leave any debt unpaid.
No, I intend to leave the city.
Oh, okay. Where
I
you
have
going?
business elsewhere.
All right. I won't pry, but you have my interest.
And I may be able to use your help, Levi.
Yes, Levi.
That was a close
Well,
one.
I'm just gonna grab some of those curtains that you have so much of and get
Well,
some
no,
some blankets.
no, actually, please don't.
Okay.
She kind of gets up and goes kind of under the stairs and just like lifts up this trap door. You all can sleep in here.
Oh,
What?
wonderful. They must be
What is in
expensive
here?
curtains.
They must be very expensive curtains.
What is in here?
I think
A
it's
place
a
to
basement.
sleep.
You know,
Secret.
We're going in a basement.
It's an underground room.
I know what a basement is.
Okay.
Why do you travel with this brat?
She has some violent and blunt and very unredeeming characteristics,
Do
Like
not,
you don't.
but she's reliable.
do not let your attitude get in the way. Your goals.
It always helps me with my goals.
Does it?
Always.
Well, Serena, let's just see the basement before we judge the
Fine,
basement.
you go first.
Okay, well,
Hurry up.
She seems very nice. I bet it's quite comfortable.
I think it is. Is stairs or a ladder?
It's a ladder.
Gotcha.
This stone brick basement. There's like some furniture, some like two pretty basic beds and like a bench, just like a chest. There's like some random stuff, like people have left stuff here, and there's blankets and stuff. Nothing crazy. Quite cozy, is it
There.
not?
Yeah. Is this some of the stuff for your grabs?
Oh, whatever you want.
See, Serena,
Anyways.
I told you. Wait.
Leave quietly when you do.
Yeah, we got
I will not be here.
Quiet.
Okay, you two are sharing.
Fine by me.
I don't take up that much room.
You're pretty broad. Hey, come on. I'm seeing you. One of those push-ups. I'm real quick gonna search the room, see if there's any
Yeah.
cool knickknacks. 10.
It seems it's all just pretty basic stuff. People have left like clothes and just a random piece of armor, a weapon here and there.
If there's a dagger, I'll pocket one.
You should grab a dagger. Alright. You guys do anything before you go to bed? There's a candle on the table.
Yeah. Just gonna. Thanks for walking with me. Appreciate my walking buddies.
We're friends.
Dean, that means a lot. Thanks. I'm
It's
glad
from
I
the
could share
heart.
this moment with you.
I'm here too.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Well, good night.
Yeah.
Alright. You guys go to sleep. And I think that's everyone, because at the end of last session, you guys went to sleep, as well as you. Anyone have anything to note about the night?
I believe our group took watches for
Yeah.
our sleep. I'd like to just do something on my watch real quick.
In the middle of the night in the room.
Kind of wake up and as one does, observe. I'll be recasting Find Familiar
Okay.
through this watch, but when I'm done with that, my familiar returns to me. I'd like to know, and I don't remember if this was described previously, but was there on his nightstand or by his bed any small hand mirrors or wall mirrors?
I didn't describe one, but that makes sense to me, yeah.
What would I find?
Just a small brass encompassed mirror.
Okay. Is it like a handheld or like a prop up?
It's just handheld.
Kind of take it, look at myself for a little bit. At a point, I take it and turn my head and just kind of feel for the marking on the back of my head and just
Mhm.
look at it as the hair is growing in around it. And just kind of sit there and almost unattended to my watch for a while, just kind of like lost in thought around it. And then I'm gonna pocket the hand mirror
Okay.
and wake up whoever's next, or if I'm the last watch,
Yeah.
I'll wake him up.
All right. With that, I think you were the last watch. You see through the window slit the sun just brightening up the
The
day.
one-way window slit. So weird. Love it.
Well, it's just high.
Oh, just a high slit.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, it's like going across the room, but it's too high to look through.
I see.
So it just is like light.
Got it.
It's like a fantasy light bar, you know.
Nice.
Your
Fancy light bar.
let's say Val is woken up by a creature licking his face.
What creature?
You wake up to like a gray and black Australian shepherd. It's like kind of like not in an excited way, but just kind of like tediously like as if it's like trying to get it over with.
He just kind of like lurches up. Okay. Look over you. All right.
Alright, did we all get the rest we needed?
Scrambled.
Resting up.
Speaking of, I think Barney may have breakfast downstairs. Should we eat?
Probably.
Don't eat it, Barney's. What? Oh, he's not the answer.
We'll go down.
All
Or at
right.
least I will.
You head down the stairs and maybe you two follow.
Yeah.
Following?
I follow.
Sorry, you follow? Okay. Heading down, kind of coming out from behind the bar. Barney's just like, he's next to the bar where there's this one stove. And he just has this big pan. He's like, you can smell eggs.
To clarify, was that a rest or a long rest?
That was a full rest.
Full rest, sorry.
For everyone, that was a full rest.
What is on the menu today, Barney?
Oh, just eggs with some pork.
Could you prepare 4 of those?
Of course, man. How did you guys sleep?
Quite well, at least for myself.
I don't know how I slept.
What's wrong with you?
A lot, it would seem. I have strange dreams of distant places.
You know there's drugs for that.
Yeah. They're drugs that stop it.
You want those? I mean, I know some people.
I don't think I'd buy them here.
His name's
I could literally buy them here, like at this establishment.
I don't think that I would buy them from this establishment. There are.
He's questioning your supply.
Yes.
Well, that's your first mistake. That's how you stay having bad dreams. But it's totally up to you, man.
Anyways, I'm gonna kind of turn my back to him and
Yeah.
towards the other party members.
I'm guessing you guys are leaving the bar and going sitting down.
I imagine.
Yeah.
When we were in the arena, what was it like? I feel like I'm getting flashbacks or something.
You were very big.
It was fast. I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever been in the world of entertainment or of violence before this, but well, it was both of those. I wasn't paying too much attention to what was going on around me beyond what I was focused on.
Just while I was resting, I get these splintering pains and these like distorted visions, and it was like I saw a crowd of people cheering, and there was a moment where a pillar was raising up with everybody on it. I don't know, it's all
Well, that is
fractured.
accurate. That is what happened, yes. The
Weird.
pillar took us to a chamber where we spoke to the captor slash releaser. He was strange.
Barney comes over. He's got 4 bowls of this eggs and pork, and he kind of just slides them onto the table. All right, guys. Well, this one's on me. You know, just feel like I'm just in a good mood this morning. You know,
Thank you, buddy.
got to do something for the community.
Thank you.
So, this one's on me. Any drinks or beer or something?
I don't think so.
Coffee. Is there coffee in this universe?
Yeah, there's.
Coffee.
All right. I'm gonna go get a drink.
I'll pay for the coffee. It's not a problem.
Kind of walks back to the bar.
Barney's always a strange one.
He goes over and he starts to prepare. You guys do anything before you?
No. What brings you lot here?
Oh, well, initially we were here on the business of learning some information about the companion, and part of that journey was going to have us repay a debt, or begin a trade, essentially, with a individual we met further north, with the job we're supposed to do here, but well, with the current state of things, I'm not sure how viable pursuing that currently is.
Alright.
Are you a local here, Val?
More or less. I've been around here a while, but I wouldn't call myself a local. Kind of trying to stay out of the spotlight right now. So, you guys seem like you're doing important stuff that is trying to not garner attention, which is rare.
Well, that is a handful of us, I'd say. Though if you're trying to stay away from trouble and out of the spotlight, I cannot guarantee we may be the best group for that.
It would seem that my destiny has pulled me right into the arms of trouble. So, trouble I'm not too worried about. I'll try to not make a scene with this face.
All right. Here you go. Your coffee. Enjoy. I'll see you guys later.
Alright?
Stay safe. Let me know if you guys figure out who killed my buddy. I'd love to at least know, something like that.
Are you the type who wants to know for the sake of closure and know for the sake of retaliation? Not that I would withhold either way.
I mean, like, kind of both, I guess. I know some people that can get things done, so if it's like some random dude, then I'll just go, do it myself. But if you guys, like, know that it was, like, someone
A bit
really
more problematic.
powerful, yeah, I'll just be like, wow, it's good to know. Thanks. I know my role.
You're more reasonable than some of the people that I've met in recent weeks.
Yeah, there's no reason to end up like your friend trying to avenge him.
Makes sense.
Anyways, enough gloomy talk. You are what you think about, so you really gotta manifest some good things to happen. Anyways,
Well, we should probably get back to
I'm gonna get drunk. Alright. You kind of walks away.
Should we go back to the bridge? Or the tavern?
We were all just seen at the tavern, and we know how that went. So
Right, but the individuals that we have to meet up with, unfortunately, aren't people who can quite do a job of communicating from distances unless they have some hidden skill I know of. So currently, I think our options are trying to rendezvous at a commonly known location.
If the DM will let you make a history check, Levi did mention a place where we were going to meet up.
Wow, that
Last
was
session.
a long 7 days ago.
will the DM allow us?
That's more of a just forgetting because it's a week later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine if you.
It was at the bridge.
The bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we can't hurt to see if they're there.
Wouldn't hurt.
What is this? Can you re-describe what this cap on my head looks like?
I forgot you were wearing
Right. It was like kind of like a mix between a nightcap and like a those like wizards
Yes.
that have the brimless like.
Would you? I kept it on
It's
all
kinda
night.
like going
Was
down.
this because I detected magic coming off of it? Was this a attunement of the new form that I did?
It wasn't an attunement.
Okay. Would I be able to discern what I've connected with, or what this is.
Oh,
Is the nightcap on?
yes, he does have a nightcap on.
Interesting.
Yes, you seem to be wearing a lucky hat.
Okay, sick.
So it's you see lucky. Let's just say that.
Alright.
Yeah, it's just like a random item.
Isn't that just a luck point?
Well, no, it's just like
Okay.
I don't know exactly what, because like there's a lot of different. There's actually different lucks in D&D.
There are.
There's like advantage luck, and then there's like luck point luck. This is like inspiration, so it's like once a day,
So the once a day reroll?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm stacking it up.
adding to your stack of rerolls, 'cause that's your thing, you know. Yeah, and it has just like a few like faint stars on it.
Cool.
So do we start walking out, or are you guys?
Give me my hat back.
Goofy house.
Let's go.
Yeah. So as you guys head out, heading over to the tavern, the main one, Harbinger's Hearth. As you wake up, you're in a room, and Dirty Sam is in the room with you. He's on the floor. He just.
On a step over him and leave.
You just Sonny. As you kind of walk out of the room, doing anything in particular?
Jack being like, you're gonna comfort the man in
Yeah.
a nightmare.
You're gonna help the guy who lost his son.
They're gonna see him a little bit.
Son.
Or give him a goodbye. A little goodbye kiss.
Oh.
What is crazy for?
I don't think so. I think I'll just
Just head out.
head out.
Sounds good.
I'll wave goodbye to the bartender. Whichever one's working right now.
It's the dude. He works in the mornings.
With the big horns.
No, that's like the guy that carries the drink out. No, the guy. Remember, he was like sitting at the end of the counter, and he was like
Yeah.
super awkward. Yeah, that guy.
Alright.
All right, you head out towards the bridge. Three of you waking up with a kind of a knock on the trap door. Time to
My
wake up.
arm's over you, by the way.
Yes. I go ahead and like real quick just like throw it up the trap door.
Time to wake up.
Is this the little kid?
No.
No. Yeah. We're up. Thanks.
Up, we're up.
Yeah.
Got some papers for you all.
Oh, thanks. Here, let me take a look at this.
All right. First one for you.
Thanks.
You are Samuel King. Does that look good? You have to get a mustache of some kind.
Oh my gosh.
Mustache. I'll ask Dean for some help. Yeah, I can do this.
You are Katerina.
Alright.
You have cat ears in the picture. I would get some.
You couldn't
She
have
just
done
made her-
anything else?
It's 1 day's notice.
I tried to
Cat
get
ears?
something that matches
We
the
can get
attitude.
those. Yeah.
You said your attitude serves you very well. Does it not?
No. She's gonna like clench it and like.
For you? Bernard?
Bernard. Wonderful.
And you look almost the same, but luckily most people around here are very racist, so they will not notice the difference either way.
Wonderful.
I don't.
Do I still need to take my armor off?
Yes, keep the armor off.
Keep the armor.
Ah,
Bernard does not wear armor.
What kind of mustache does Samuel have?
stupid man.
Just like this, like,
Ew.
Handlebars.
you can always get the haircut. But, you know,
Yeah.
it just makes it easier.
Thanks. Hey, Dean, you
Might
mind if
have a
I
few more.
shave some off of your beard?
Very smart. Resourceful.
Out of the alternative, whose hair do I want out of both of yours? If
Wait.
I try to touch her hair.
His hair does not match your.
I know. I was gonna dye it.
I have some of my hair.
I like that idea better.
Okay, thanks,
A
Dean.
dwarven beard is precious.
I figured as much. You said we were friends. I thought we were close enough, but
I wouldn't give my beard to my own mother. She's also
doesn't need
not very nice, but
it. Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Okay.
She has some glue that she like painted onto them. She begins to prepare that. After she's done, I will meet you all where?
You know our bridge?
Yes, of course.
Right about there. I'll be around that area for a minute.
I have a few more things to do.
Of
I'll be
course.
back.
Gotcha. See you around. I'll try to like look at him again. Is his hair like any sort of way?
Yeah, it's kind of like this like shaggy like middle part, a little bit sticking up in the back.
What is
Katarina has like pigtails, like big pigtails, and then like the ears are right here.
We need to get
That's insane.
And for the most part, Bernard just looks like your token dwarf, you know what I'm saying? But he's got like different like he's got like braids and stuff like that, but which I don't think you have.
No, I don't. I'll just say I woke up late.
I know a place where we could get some ears. To complete the look.
I do not want to do this.
Well,
Do you want to go to prison?
Rather that than look like a cat.
it's
You should.
have you
check
ever
out your
tried
priorities
using
a
it?
little bit.
It's
No, they're fine. Thank you.
okay.
Prideful.
Very.
I mean, you guys have been with me for a little while. Have you not noticed that?
Well, I mean, but like,
I don't see what the
what's
big
the
deal is
harm?
here. I mean,
you know, throwing on some ears. I mean, it's for some temporary safety. I mean,
And pigtails.
okay, the pigtails.
Gonna look like a child.
Well, you're already kind of down there. It's not bad. It's not that bad. People.
Yeah, how about you look like that, huh?
I can't.
I mean, you look pretty terrible.
he's
Thank
too
you.
tall.
And yes, and I could not pull off pigtails, but I'm sure you could. So, a little pep in your step. Come on, let's go. Let's get some ears. Come on, Serena, let's do this. Sorry,
Do not try
What's
to
your
hype
name?
me up.
Katerina. Let's do this, Katerina.
Shut it.
Katarina.
The door. It's a new day.
All right.
I'm regretting this every day.
Sam isn't.
As you guys find your way in your disguises, kind of half to the bridge.
If it's on the way, I'd like to stop by like a little like accessory
Yeah.
store and.
Some like little in the alley
Mhm.
nook. You know, there's this small.
Hello.
It's like it's very narrow. All this stuff is like hanging from the ceiling.
Oh yes, I would like to buy cat ears.
You see this like large brown skinned Goliath.
I would
Cat
like
ears,
cat ears. Yes.
got just the thing.
Do you?
Keep them right here. For you?
Yes.
Well, still.
No. Okay. I'd like, but tighter fit, if at all possible.
Oh.
Like if they really hug my skull. Okay. Oh, that's okay. That's pinching me. That's perfect. I like these.
That'll be a gold.
I'll tip him 5 extra silver. Thank you. What's your
Lucky
name?
day. Well. What's your name?
Samuel King. Samuel King. That's what my friends call me. What's your name?
Suka.
Suka. Pleasure to meet you.
You always talk like that.
That's my voice. I was born with it out the womb.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Yep.
Thank you
of
for the
course. Bye bye.
Did you head out the store?
Zorna.
What?
Sorry, Katrina.
That's wrong.
Katerina? How do I pronounce it?
She's gonna put him on.
It's like cat arena.
Katerina.
Yeah, it's like.
Do you wanna- do you want
remember
us to
the
roll
one
your
that
R?
before the cat?
How about you both just shut up?
I just want to get a character. To the bridge.
Why is she so grumpy?
The invisible bridge. All right. As you all meet up at the bridge.
There was one thing I was gonna see if I could do on the walk there.
What?
I'm not familiar with Highwall, but I do have an extensive history with like criminal workings and organizations. I'd like to see if I can either through picking up on like thieves can't, you know, and like signage or like kind of like just identifying the like lay of the city as we're walking, try to find a place where I might be able to procure identification.
On the way? That would less likely be like a, oh, on the way, pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? It would take like a while of investigating the city.
Then. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Did Tamara give us the IDs for the people, the two?
She had more in her hand, but she didn't give them to you. As you all kind of head towards the bridge at different times, you guys get there first. You guys go under or just hang out by the bridge?
When they get there, I'm just like kicking my legs over the edge of the bridge, playing the flute.
Kicking his little
Not little.
I'd go under, but I'd leave the dog up with Yavik.
Yeah.
The dog just kind
He goes under. I'm going under.
of like hops up to you. You guys, that's what you guys see when you get there.
Beautiful tune. Let's
Impressive.
talk under the bridge.
Play it again, play it again. I'm gonna think something.
Yes, an encore under the bridge. Okay, I'm gonna be under the bridge.
Oh, nay.
What?
Let's go under the bridge.
Yeah. So Ren like runs
Beautiful,
under
my
the bridge.
friends.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
Very good. I'm gonna just like pick up the dog and put him underneath the bridge.
All right, you guys all meet in this very cramped under the bridge style.
Zeren, you look
Don't talk about
absolutely
it.
beautiful today.
What is on your face?
It's someone's hair.
It looks like it.
Yes, and no, I didn't grow it. Though I wish I could. Anyway, how was you guys' nights?
Well rested.
That's wonderful.
Cozy.
Okay,
Comfortable.
good. I met up with someone who's a friend of mine here.
She's
who
very nice.
can help us out. She got some aliases for courting myself and Zarena. Sorry, Katerina here. And what was your?
Bernard.
Bernard.
Call me Bernie.
Bernie, Sammy.
Do you like display the like?
Yeah, just kind of
How
flash.
good is it?
Mhm.
good.
And cats.
I don't want to intrude on the party at all, but I just wanted to share a poem to start the day.
Of course. Yes.
You know what? I think we can take a brief
At this moment,
break. Do that.
that tiefling that I described, that now you all see, kind of comes up to where the entrance to under the bridge is. Yeah, your alarm, if you said it, goes
I
up.
would have, yeah.
Arm goes into cloak.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Tamara, this is
Hello?
my
She kinda
traveling
takes off her hood.
companions. Yeah.
Good to meet you all.
She look middle-aged, older, younger,
She looks pretty young.
like younger, or
I'd
like
say
younger,
She looks like younger than you, probably. Maybe your age.
like younger. Okay.
What might your name be?
Tamara.
Pleasure to meet you, Anya.
Shakes your hand. You are?
Estrella.
Tamara.
Oh,
Tamara.
And
Fellow
this,
tiefling.
that's Kieran. He doesn't shake hands.
Oh, and Kieran. So I didn't see you in the corner, in the shadows.
He has dirty hands.
Yeah.
And he has a helmet on, so.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Temperature scale with the helmet.
Pleased to meet you all. Sorry.
Oh, you're all good. She has got some aliases for the rest of you.
As I was approaching, I heard poem.
Yes, I would like to share.
Continue. Yes.
A wise woman once said, "A goal is like a river. It may bend and wind, but in the end, it always meets the ocean. Hmm?
Nice, very nice.
What is the
Sounds
ocean
more like a
in this?
proverb than a poem.
It's a proverb.
That's exactly what Paul.
What does the ocean symbolize in this?
It was beautiful.
Like the where all water goes, I guess.
Now,
Well, I
there's
guess
a
not
tune that
lakes.
goes along.
No.
Please, bear with me.
Continue, yes.
No.
Let me stew on the
Remember
words.
If
that
I
the
could just
sound
have-
travels down here.
Yeah.
Speak very quiet.
Please.
Probably not.
Another time.
Yeah.
So Rena's literally gonna like
Stop.
grab it from you. Stop it.
How did she reach that?
And okay,
She
so
jumped,
Silas,
she can-
Tim, Danny, and Zach are all gonna get a blessing.
That's
Okay.
right.
I will
Well,
tell you.
Not to interrupt
Blessings.
your morning rituals, but I believe I have identification for some of you.
Yes, these two need it the most.
For you, Tiefling?
Sorry, I was reaching for something in my pocket. Could you repeat the question?
I have identification for you.
Yes. What does it look like?
It says Robert.
Uh huh. That's crazy.
Robert Golden is your name.
Uh huh.
And you're a tiefling.
Okay.
Also, these are like, you can tell what the colors are, but they aren't like
Color
colors.
grayscale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they're in like brown scale.
Brown scale.
But yeah.
Portrait scale.
Yeah. So it's like, you could be blue, you could be something else, you don't know.
Mhm.
But you have like a bushy beard.
I'm gonna kind of like look at it and be like, this would be very helpful, but I actually was going to do something that I think may be a bit more inconspicuous. But if identification is important, I may not be able to. But I can completely lose this visual.
And replace it with that visual.
Well, I was thinking it'd be better to just stray away from this species as a whole.
Well,
That's why I have backups.
there you go.
Could you look more like this? She pulls out, there's like this orcish person.
Yes, I think I could do this.
Just that no beard, clean shaven, just like mean mug.
Danny likes that.
No.
Check. If I understand this right, it says my level plus my charisma ability score, which would be the +5.
Yeah.
Okay.
For what? I don't know what you're
So then, you 4 all get temporary HP of 13
What?
4 or 5.
For how long?
until whenever, until you lose it.
Long rest is what resets temporary.
Yeah.
HP.
Really? I had no idea.
Damn.
Usually.
13.
It's okay. We'll survive.
We
For
stuck-
you-
we stuck to our guns.
Yeah, we did.
I was told that you already were being more disguised, so I just got you identification for that.
I appreciate it.
The dark hair.
It just says Catherine.
What is it?
It is kind of like how you mentioned changing yourself in the last session. It
So
looks
just
like
darker
that.
skin, darker hair.
Now, for the three of you, what is the plan? I can get more identification.
I think we're set for now.
I could use identification.
Or not.
Doesn't have to look different. Just different name.
Let me look through some things, see if I have something.
I don't necessarily need identification. Thank you, miss.
Of course.
So, are we still planning on following through for what we said we'd do for Hugo?
Yes.
Hugo.
What are you doing for this Hugo guy?
We.
We are
Stealing.
From where?
Stealing for Hugo?
From who?
We're stealing from a place. You know, what's that museum? I always forget the name of the museum.
well,
Museum?
is Levi trying to keep hush hush based off of the ears in the room? If I'm reading his body.
No,
language?
no, I'm just
Just
accommodating.
Because you guys are
Volumes.
under a
You
bridge.
said you're stealing from the museum?
Yes, we are.
That's not a good idea.
I don't mean to intrude, but where did you all meet Hugo?
West End.
West End.
Yes, the Hall of Beginning is where we are supposedly supposed to acquire our item.
What item was Hugo searching?
The.
It was a horn.
Well, before we
the Horn of Dal. He's been chasing after that item for a long time.
Dang. Okay.
What are you
You know
trying
him
to
too.
steal?
Ah, Hugo's like
My.
practically my dad.
Everyone knows him.
Wait, you're Hugo's son?
Well, not exactly. The giants you see are pretty intertwined, and when my parents passed away, Hugo raised me as his own.
Wait. Sorry, one more time. You were raised by Hugo the Jaded.
Hugo's a like father figure, if you will.
I guess he kind of is to all of
Has
us in a
he
way.
hired people to attempt to steal this before?
Yeah.
And it has
Unfortunately.
not succeeded.
Well, the museum you're trying to break into is not exactly the easiest place to get into.
Yeah.
At all.
more.
Is this a museum that is a restricted building, public access, different places of accessibility within it?
Think of it more less of a museum and more of a place that elites of the city go to gloat.
Exactly.
So like a memorial of
Yes.
forms.
You can't just be a beggar that wanders in.
Absolutely not. I've never been in the museum myself.
Well,
You
if-
can expect magic traps, tons of guards.
If that is the
Check.
case, Tamara,
Is this a place I think of? Tamara.
Maybe.
Have I been there before?
Yes.
if that is the case, then Tamara, is it at all possible to have identification that may be able to reflect status to access this place?
Well, all of the identification has no criminal record on it, so as long as you are with someone who is of a good stature, you should be granted access with no problems.
Kirin, do you still hold stature with the army here?
Mm,
Or are you a deserter?
let's not do that.
I could.
Serena, you have family
I can-
here. Are any of them holds much reputation? Or
I didn't know this. You have family.
oh yeah, Serena Thatcher grew up in Highwall with her family for a moment.
Okay, why are you like giving my
Name
whole?
sounds
Well,
so
you don't
familiar.
want to be called by Katrina, so I thought I'd just let people know who you
It's
really are.
Katarina.
You don't happen to
Sounded
have
like-
a younger sibling.
Val, you had something.
Oh, he's older.
I could maybe get us in there pretty easily, but
Pretty easily?
there's 60-40 chance.
60-40? Sorry,
doesn't
I'm not
go-
familiar with.
There's a chance it doesn't go well. I don't think it likely, but I've been in before. I've gone in pretty easily.
What is the plan?
Yeah, what's your deal, Val?
We could walk in.
And because you're you, things would go well?
Are you a celebrity?
I'm gonna kind of like, if there's a way I could put my back to the rest of the party and show what's her name, who I'm spacing something.
Right.
Is that possible? A possibility?
That's fine.
I'm just gonna kind of pull out my ID and show her. Just 'cause you seem like someone who knows a lot of things.
That would work.
Okay, I do have a question that you might know. Do you think that there'd be a magic detection?
Do I?
Yes.
Certainly, yeah.
A restriction on all magical things, or just a
I'm sure it would warrant more eyes if you're walking in covered
fully
in magical
strapped?
things.
Yeah.
I've heard that there are also guardians inside of the museum.
Well, like people or animated things?
Guardians is all I know.
It sounds like for what you guys want, you don't really want to go in during the day.
Probably not, no.
Just so we're not hiding anything, has anyone here ever attempted to break in there?
I have before.
Perfect, that's what
Okay.
I wanted to figure out. What time of day was it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
12
Rachel
o'clock?
doesn't know.
12:30.
Oh, it's up to me. Okay, I'm gonna.
5:37.
Give us an exact time. No, just
No,
kidding.
it was at night.
It's at night. And how did that go?
Well, it's with the Dusk Blades, and
You work for the Dust Blades.
yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But it can.
Well, that aside,
We tried to use magic to get in,
Use magic.
and it didn't work.
So, why do you all need this so bad? Is there someone's life getting threatened?
No,
we
they
just want cool stuff.
really want
This is
items.
not the way to do that.
What are you
There-
talking
Have
about?
you tried
dude?
hard work?
Yes, this is very hard
slow.
work. Get
And
into someplace very secure and get out undetected.
to
That's
answer your
hard.
question, Val, our employer for this, it is kind of a give and take where we provide and they provide in return when we have completed it. Before we continue speaking of this heist, though, I should like to figure out where we are at. Levi, how are you feeling this morning?
Samuel, to you.
All right, Sam.
And I'm feeling pretty good.
And are you alright with the fact that you didn't solve your problem last night? And that this is looming in the city? Would you
What
want
is
to
your
go on
problem?
the heist?
What is my problem?
All those people that came into the tavern and you killed a couple guards over the fact that you saw them.
Well, okay, I'll admit that wasn't the best course of action, but that's what Samuel's for.
Right, but that doesn't change the fact that these people are searching for you and want to take you back because
They'll be
they own
searching
you.
for Samuel.
That man looked very sharp. He seemed to be able to see through things.
Elias, was it? Or
Enzo.
Enzo. That is his name.
Yeah, he's a prick. But no, if we move fast, I mean,
I just want to make sure that if you end up seeing those people, even if they don't see you, you don't flip out like you did last night. Is that something you can promise us?
like,
Or at least do your best to commit to?
if no one puts my hands on me, we'll have a good time, you know. And I digress. Bad initial reaction. You know,
Wow, that's some real growth right there.
I know, right?
When I make a song about it, how would you like me to sing that?
It's like, ugh, he felt so much remorse.
Do you?
Never said
Minor
anything.
key.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
But no, it's we're good. We're good.
You're good. Okay.
We're good now.
Do you actually feel remorse?
With my experience with the Highwall guard, if it generally goes to show, I'm not one to make generalizations. So, yeah, I may have killed someone who didn't deserve it. May have killed a few people who didn't deserve it, but it might not be a
But
possibility.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter, correct? Because it doesn't affect you? We're just trying to make sure we get to be on where we're at.
I regret killing those guys.
Good enough.
That is all I really wanted to hear. Thank you.
anyways,
I'm proud of you.
very beautiful. Good to see the dynamic here.
Yeah, I still have a lot of questions.
Well,
I'm sure you
Me
do.
too.
I personally
Mm.
would love to be involved with helping you all retrieve something for Hugo. I'm very interested in meeting with him.
And remind me of your name.
Tamara.
And Tamara,
Beautiful horns, Tamara.
just for our sakes, we have our friend Levi, or sorry, Samuel here, and that we've somewhat grown fond of him, but he doesn't explain many things to us clearly.
You don't have to make me blush.
You have to understand, I don't really know who you are.
Of course, I grew up
Me
with
and Tamara.
I would love to hear it from Tamara if that's possible, Samuel.
a lot of names. Well, Levi and I grew up together and shared similar afflictions.
Here in Highwall?
Yeah.
Does she seem to tell the truth when she says that?
Make an insight check.
Can I also try?
The 15.
Seems to be.
Natural 20.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Cool.
Feel even better about Joseph.
Wow. Levi's story is slowly adding
And,
up.
well, Levi, sort of someone that I, in a way, tried to look after for a time. But,
You didn't need to. It's like, it's fine.
well, eventually I had to leave him, though.
Yeah.
We got split up. And I didn't know if he was alive or dead. He's been gone for a very long time.
The relationship is that of old friends, and I have no issues with it.
Right? It's great having friends.
And all of you are working for a group or just
Freelancers.
freelancers?
I'm just writing songs in a book.
You're not with them.
No, I'm just here to observe.
He's
thought we
with
were
us
friends.
anyway.
We are, my friend.
He is also complicit in the crimes we commit as a group.
He also was part of our abduction, and we kind of spilled blood together, and that brought us together in a strange way.
Yeah,
You met because of him? You all?
No.
How did you all meet?
Oh,
Well, that's the story. So I was riding alongside my buddy Roland on a
Who's Roland?
horse.
Not here.
Roland
No,
was
not
gone.
here.
He's
Not here.
Roland.
We were riding up this plateau.
Later
And I
conversation.
told him, hey, don't kill my horse. I know you're hungry, but there's some guys in here you can probably eat. And then we were looking at this cool temple, and then all of a sudden, arrow goes straight into his leg.
Let me guess. Her.
And that's how I met Serena.
I have to know more about this story.
The rest of us were part of a job that was put together in Grey Ridge.
By who?
Well,
I talked to Finnick.
a handful of different connections. Fennec
With the
being-
red.
Oh, God. Hey, it's alright. Hold that feather, Dean. Hold that feather.
That would be the decaying bird.
You said Finnick?
Fennec, yes.
And what was the nature of your job?
To acquire slavers and bring them back.
Very good. Well, I know Finnick.
Did he bring an individual this way recently?
No, I haven't seen him in a while. But the knowledge that you all work for Fennec means at least you are on somewhat of the right path.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm glad we got that. So, are we gonna like walk through the front doors with Val, or like rappel down some ropes? You know, with the
Well,
knife.
it seems like we can't use magic.
Well, yeah, that's what ropes are for.
I'm not going through that door unless you have a plan beyond walk in and walk out.
Well,
That's what
how-
we're trying to do.
Walk in, teleport out.
Ooh.
Can
Yes.
magic be used inside of the facility, or is it simply just detection of magic?
We'd have to
I'm not
test
sure.
that. Do you think we can go in and visit and try to scope out
Good
under
plan.
Val? See what works, what doesn't? If there's a
Good
barrier against teleportation.
It would be better if I don't make multiple visits.
I'll make the first visit.
just one.
Well, perhaps.
I have a lead in the city that can get me in for sure.
Well,
Should we do 2 groups then?
can you cast magic?
Okay.
So you go in and cast magic to make sure that magic can be cast there. And then we all enter in with you, grab what you need, teleport out.
Is anyone here
Who-
wanted criminals?
Well, we all are
The
technically.
recent development.
I mean, there might be some old shopkeepers who would not like to see my face here.
I probably am too.
You are,
Yeah.
I am,
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Perhaps you
I will be
should-
disguising myself, though.
Can you disguise her more than cat ears?
And pigtails.
No, she has a whole ID.
Yeah,
The guards
she's
do not
clean.
care. Trust me. I've gone and probably had 15 different IDs. They don't care.
Can I try to remember what kind of security is with the horn specifically that they're talking about? And also just if I know anything about the horn?
Make a history check.
Okay.
I really like this plan.
19.
It seems bulletproof. You don't remember specific artifacts
Okay.
in the museum, but you do remember going in, and it was pretty lightly guarded. There wasn't really
Like on a shelf or in a glass case or
on a shelf. probably.
So-
None of the stuff was like behind bar. You know, like it was
Okay.
all like out there.
Okay. Nothing seems too terribly reinforced, for lack of a better word. Can anyone cast illusions? Maybe we can do a take and make it look like you didn't.
I could cast a small object.
I could also make a little, you know.
I could do one half of it.
I could do the other half.
Or
What if
maybe
it's based
I
off
can-
weight?
I
maybe
can do this, and I look like Levi.
okay.
Hey,
Maybe
well, does he look like Samuel?
No, he looks like Levi.
I'll look to you but more handsome.
No.
Maybe
Might
what you
come in
do
handy.
is one person use an illusion to make it look like it's still there, and another person use an illusion to make it look like you're not holding it.
The illusion will disappear once we teleport.
Yes, it will, but
So why don't we just grab it and then teleport?
I can also go invisible.
That's
How did
assuming touching
you
it or
try?
lifting it off the shelf doesn't
Trigger any sort of
Well,
barrier.
if it
that
does,
I
we
hold
will
the time.
teleport.
Can
But what
anyone
if
here
there's
teleport?
an anti-magic?
Who has
I can
teleportation?
teleport.
Can you
Then why don't we
teleport
just
all of us?
No.
How about
Yeah.
this?
And I can't teleport far.
I go in with you, and
Spell
you
sword.
split off and do your own thing.
I'll
And you
test
try to
what
steal
works.
it. If it doesn't work, you're the
Whoa.
only one who goes to jail.
Okay.
I have a better
I
idea.
like that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you like it, but that's not a good plan. What if you and me go in, I test some magics to see if there's barriers against that stuff. I be a little clumsy. Oops, my hands are on the thing. Oops, I knock it over. Oh my gosh,
if
I'm
I
such a
may.
butterfingers. Yes?
I think all that needs to happen is I'll enter in, use my magical hand to lift the item, and see if anything happens.
Okay. Well, you need a scapegoat, and that's what these butterfingers are for.
You have a reputation to lose in this town.
You do. Samuel
How
King
about you
doesn't.
bring one or two people with you just in case?
Well, I have a specific individual in mind that will have a lot of questions if I bring more people.
What if you just bring Samuel King?
What if you just
And
go by
when I'm
yourself?
with the individual, I'll be almost invisible.
What if you
I
bring
can be
Samuel
a good distraction.
And just in the back
I'll
of
take
the
the
book,
dwarf.
you find a teleport spell.
Okay. Wow.
How convenient
But I
for
think we
everything.
need to head out soon.
It's almost like the
can
DM
also sneak
plans
very
out
well.
the campaign.
Or just act like I'm
Almost.
This is actually being railroaded.
needed, if needed.
If I need you, stay in close proximity and I'll call to you.
Should we not get another person involved? This is already a lot of people.
What, Tamara? She's chill.
No, whoever you're thinking about going with.
Trust me. We're gonna need it.
I barely know you.
Do you all trust him?
He did follow us to save Dean and Andres.
And he's teaching me music.
And it's.
He did
sounds
vouch
like
for us, I guess.
He
And
also
he's raised by
went
Hugo
into interrogation with the local officials.
and didn't snitch.
Didn't. At least no one came for me.
You
The man that I'm thinking of will get me in there. I'll be invisible, at least to most of the people around.
Why don't you just walk in invisibly if you can turn invisible?
Well, I'm not sure if you can use magic in there yet. And if I walk in invisible and then all of a sudden my invisibility disappears, that's
Very
gonna look
smart.
extremely suspicious.
Very suspicious. Almost as suspicious as his mustache.
I think all I need is the dwarf and possible backup from the beautiful ponytail.
Keep on
See, I
referring
told
to
you
it that
your
way.
attitude would get you far.
But I think we need to head out soon since the sun
I
is.
think your face is locked
Right.
on expression right now.
Tamara,
Did you broke
are
it?
there places within this city that may be opportunities to get?
You can
Tools
ask
such
me
as-
these questions, dude. I'm a resident.
You haven't been here in a long time.
Feel flaky sometimes.
Okay.
Are there places within the city that we may be able to access or get tools that we may be able to use for like a teleport or something like that?
Like what?
I don't know. You said a scroll or something.
I was being wishful.
Ah.
Are you saying a place to find scrolls?
Or people who could have that skill set that we could hire.
I could ask around.
I
What
do
do you,
not have the money to hire someone.
what do you need?
quite literally an escape, I believe, is what we need. Yes.
Somewhere.
Well, we need reconnaissance first, and
Well,
once-
it's like a scroll to teleport you out.
yes.
Maybe a scroll of teleportation.
I can ask around.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'll be back with the dwarf and the beautiful lady by, let's say, 3 o'clock.
Should we meet somewhere not as cramped?
Definitely. I haven't used this spot ever.
Well, I just wanted to see if it
Where
still
would be a
was.
good place?
This is a very bad spot. It
Well, I
worked
mean-
when you were little.
We could go to the Highwall place.
The cliff.
The cliff.
We're in Highwall.
Sorry, it's. I just don't care for
You mean the
Barney's
cliff?
establishment. The cliff. There you go.
Bartley's.
Yeah.
It's a very nice establishment.
His cooking is so bad.
It's,
And he just
it's
rubs
fine.
you the wrong way.
Perhaps he has fallen off.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, well, you'll
Don't
see when
listen
we
to
get
this
there.
fool. His cooking's fine.
I thought last time I was there it was
Don't ask the dead guy.
Dead guy? Who's
It's
the one
the
that eats his
dead
food
guy.
now?
Oh,
Or are you talking about
Almond. He
Al-
didn't like his food. Almond.
Almond Treasure?
Almond treasure. Yeah. You know him?
Is he dead?
Alman is
Yeah,
dead.
he died.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Pretty serious.
I have to go. I'll be back.
Oh,
Meet here where?
let's meet at the cliff.
3.
When?
3.
Very good day, Jill.
Okay.
She kind of just puts her hood up and leaves.
Okay.
Serena's gonna turn to Yavik and she's gonna take her earring out.
I'm gonna like kneel down to her head.
That's not necessary.
Well, just in case. If you.
It's very sweet of you,
Right.
but I have my own feelings.
To talk to me? Alright.
Double rejection.
I know.
I
they're
feel
both
as
like,
though that you're upset about your ponytails.
Really?
Pigtails.
Could you tell?
Like a beautiful tree planted by a brook. It blossoms in the spring and sheds in the fall. Many different styles and looks of beauty. You must embrace them all. I'm gonna like stand up and start to walk away.
That was good.
That was really good. Actually. I think that was his best one.
She's just gonna be like.
I'm gonna like walk over and like pat the dwarf as I start to head out from under the
Give it to
bridge.
you.
That was art.
I would like to go to the barracks.
Alright.
With Dean and
Let me know
Sarah.
when I get there.
Alright.
Yeah, are we following you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll talk to you on the way.
Bro's got a gaggle of small people.
You talking to him on the way or you want me to tell you when you
I'll
get there?
talk to them on the way. I think it's best if me and the dwarf approach the barracks. You could keep it at a safe distance and keep an eye on us.
Sure.
Alright, we'll see you in a little bit.
Very good.
You
Okay.
two approach.
Did you know
I'm gonna-
that these streets are third generation?
I didn't. Well, that's very interesting.
Yes, the original pavement was a limestone brick as opposed to this is a more hard rock that comes from a deeper mountain.
To which mountain exactly? I'm very familiar with stones.
That's an excellent question. I'll have to consult the history books on that one, my friend. I'm not exactly sure what mountain, but
This is the worst.
now you have me intrigued. Where did I put that history book? Just gonna
You guys arrive at the
Is there a guard?
Yeah, he's just standing there.
I would like to speak with Captain Delaney. He's a good friend of mine.
Alright.
This is your connection.
That's insane.
I can't believe you guys didn't see this coming.
That's why I was like, is there anyone that would be a bad idea?
He goes in after a few minutes. Alright. Come this way.
Thank you, friend. I'm gonna follow.
Alright. You make your way into the room. And in this room, originally where I described earlier, there was like this desk at the front. There's a few tables and this big post in the middle. And at one of the tables, you see Captain Delaney, who I believe was a dark elf, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, helmet on the table.
Captain Delaney.
Did he have a mustache too? Like
Probably.
You said he
Of course he had a mustache.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Captain
Yeah.
Delaney, my good friend.
Yavik.
Yes. I have a request for you. You see, I'm kind of. I get
Sit down.
Oh, thank you, friend.
And your friend?
Oh, this is Dean.
Dean.
Pleasure to meet you.
Now, I have a request for you.
What is it?
I need to visit the museum.
The lights in the room just kind of like dim a little bit, except for the one above you.
I need to visit the museum. See, I'm trying to write a poetic song about the statues in the museum and the men of old. And I found that if I'm in front of the statues, which I've heard are in the museum, then I can get a better grasp on what exactly I'm writing about.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
30?
Makes complete sense to me. When do you want to do it?
Well, I've been working on
I
this.
can take you there right now.
This is exactly what I was going to suggest. I've been working on this piece a long time, and I just couldn't figure out what wasn't fitting. And I realized it's that I need to be there in person, in front of the statues.
Well, I'm itching to stop drawing these sketches of what I thought I saw last night.
Oh, may I take a look?
Of course.
Maybe I can help you fill out some of the details.
You see kind of like a really rough drawing of Levi from like just like this. It's pretty rough.
That's pretty close. I think he had lighter hair. If my memory serves correct. And a pointier nose.
Is this that thing you were talking about?
Yeah. I came out of the bar and just watched the most gruesome, horrible thing.
You're so brave.
What about the eyeless one?
Yeah, let me see. That's perfect. Do you have a picture of the Blue Devil one?
Yeah. Well, these are some disturbing.
Yeah, we should move.
Let's go. He
Okay.
puts his helmet on. The dude at the counter who's just like kind of sitting there. There's like a bunch of papers in front of him. He's like, I'll be back. Let's go. Kind of heads out of the doorway. As he's leaving, he just looks at he has a quick exchange with the guy at
The door.
but then he leads you all. All right, to the museum.
Phenomenal.
I'll take any excuse to get out of the barracks and see a nice view and chat with some friends.
Of course, I appreciate it much, my friend.
Of course.
You know, I was thinking about the design of this museum. Do you know when it was constructed?
Nope.
Do you, by chance, know what mountain these stones came from?
No.
You happen to know
I'll have
that?
to find that history book.
Absolutely, my friend. You happen to know? Never mind. You wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know.
I was gonna ask you if you knew about the plume of the first century helmets of the Imperials. What feather that bird came from?
Absolutely not. I've got no idea. In fact, it's been years since I've even been in there, to be honest. I just don't have the time.
This should be a wonderful adventure.
I'm excited.
We'll follow you.
You guys head across the bridge and up towards the district, the Gleaming District. But before that, kind of on a ridge overlooking most of the city, right before the walls of the Gleaming District, there's this large building. It's actually curving with the wall a bit, and it's quite large and beautiful. It has these pillars around the whole side and this large archway entrance. You can see perfectly from like where the entrance is down the road to the center with the statue of Greyor and the Harbinger. Wow,
Gorgeous sight.
it's beautiful.
I'd swear on my mother, but she's a giant. Just kidding.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Oh, I said I'd swear on my mother, but she's a giant. I just kidding.
You can't swear on your mother because she's a giant?
Inappropriate.
Bad fool.
Now, if she was a human, I would swear on her. Oh, you see,
All right.
history goes that there's not that many giants left. So if I swear on my mother and then my mother passes away, then there's one less giant. But if I swear on a human and the human passes away, there's one less human.
Yep.
Yeah. Though a human wouldn't be that big of a deal because there's a lot of humans, but the giant were almost it.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to me too. Let's go. Kind of walks up to this entrance, these large metal gates, and two guards. They stand there with the classic gold trim of the city guard of Highwall as Captain Delaney walks up. Here to visit and get in here with some friends. They're like, Captain Delaney?
Did you know that the gold plating on those chest plates came about in the 200th year of Highwall?
I did not. Let's go in.
No, you do, my friend.
The guards are both like, open the metal gate. And the light in here, it's very dim, but it is this natural light that kind of comes in from the siding and the ceiling of this stained glass that just shines throughout the room and makes it this like almost golden color as all these colors from the stained glass just mix. And you can see immediately there is these old statues, some of them like crumbled in this first room. It's this large room, and there seems to be two split off hallways.
I'll just start like going up to each statue and just like writing down all the information on the
Yep.
plaque. Sorry,
You
just,
see-
enjoying this.
A little bit as you're kind of doing that, Captain Delaney just kind of starts to like wander down like the right hallway.
My friend, excuse my.
Yes.
Would you like to follow him?
Yes, I can do that.
Keep him a little
Love
bit.
that guy.
I'm gonna kind of like keep my eye out for this horn as I like
Yeah.
go to each statue. Just kind of look
You kind of follow down. You just see Captain Delaney just like walking through. The right hallway just has all of these portraits on the left wall. And these like on the opposite wall, these large plaques. Just with like long descriptions and writing.
Wow. This place is really beautiful.
Puts his hand on your shoulder. Do you ever think that these men, these captains and generals, are looking down on you?
I don't particularly know. I've put my faith in Kozak.
You just hear from down the hall. Captain's a rock. Ah, yes.
Kozak.
Kozak, yes.
See the dwarven god,
Yes, yes.
the arrowheads, the Ydirak god. You're
Yes.
Ydirak.
Of course, yes.
Now remind me, what is Kozak's whole thing?
He really tries to make his followers work towards invention, progress, making the world a better, safer, more advanced place.
I think if I was religious, I would put a lot of respect towards Kozak.
I find he's not very popular outside of the arrowheads.
Yes. Well,
Breaks my heart.
in the Bastion, everyone worships Skev, but here, most people are godless.
Tragic.
They honor the people that came before them, which I can't say I disagree with. It makes more sense to honor someone that you really knew what they did.
That does make sense. I would say that it is good to honor and remember those who came before you. Not only is it good to respect people who did great things, but it also shows you how Kozak can work in other ways, in other people.
Well said. All of a sudden, I'm gonna be like, I'm with them. Right?
Have you all haven't been here.
Never.
This room, and he points to like this kind of another metal gate, and there's a guard in front of it. This room has the portraits of the three fallen generals.
Is it off limits?
No.
Oh.
Because it goes up to the guard.
Lead on.
Can we be inside? Of course. Just be careful, don't touch anything.
course.
He opens the gate. And then he closes it after you guys and locks it. It's this really tall room, and there's light coming from the roof again with this stained glass. In the front, there's this old man, this portrait. He has this long beard.
Amazing. And it reads,
General Timothy. Has a long list.
you know, I think I've read about this guy.
He has this long beard and kind of a receding hairline. And he has his armor on with this really ornate tabard. And he's kind of like in this like, not really like straight on, but kind of just like leaning. Kind of concerned look.
Beautiful posture.
Gorgeous. I mean, the way that they captured the way that the light hits the ornamentation is really something.
Mm.
You can tell he was an emotional man.
I shall write a great ballad about it.
On the left is this large portrait. This younger elven man. He has brown hair that kind of comes to his shoulder. It says, General Tobias Everfall.
If I remember correctly, he was the third to come across. Died in battle.
Yes.
750 men followed him. Died in the fields of...
The Everlasting Plains.
Ah, yes, Everlasting
Yes. To a group of, I actually believe it was the forest elves. Interesting. Elf dying elves.
Plains. Write that down.
Of course, General Roland.
Mm.
On the wall, picture of this man. He's standing straight as the portrait was taken. What?
Is it just Roland or is there a last name?
I'll get there. There's a picture of a man. He has these enchanting blue eyes, captured perfectly by the painting. This dirty blonde, short hair with this beard. It's short, and he seems to be broad-shouldered and large in stature as he's looking dead on in the portrait. It says, General Roland Crow.
The first of the great generals to fall.
Yes, I heard it was a dark day.
Every single man was slaughtered.
No survivors.
Well, we best be getting on.
He really needs a statue. Maybe the next one will be his. Anyways, let's go.
You gonna like walk up to the gate where the guard like locked us in?
He kind of,
Thank you, sir.
of course.
And then go down like the opposite hallway.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out for a specific item.
All right, you go back and then down the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Kind of go
Kind
down
of
the
like
other one.
making notes as I go.
Yeah. And this one has more random items and
Is there anybody else
special
in the museum?
swords. Yeah, you see as you're walking down this one, there's this elven man with like long hair. He's just kind of walking past.
Observing item.
He's like, oh, yes. Good day. Kind of walks past you. There's swords and sets of armor and shield and maybe a banner or two that you see. In the middle of this hallway on the right, you do see a horn. It looks different than a lot of the other artifacts here, as it's made out of like this darker horn color. Maybe the horn
Are we
color.
kind of like we're all kind of just like walking in a line together, the three of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Dean's just gonna feel kind of like a hand, like resting, like patting the side of his shoulder as I cast Magic Hand to see if I can cast it.
Alright. As you cast Mage Hand, nothing immediately happens.
Look at the size of that sword. I'm gonna kind of like turn us to like position
Yeah.
against the sword,
That's Grace.
and then
It's taller than
cast
me.
Mage Hand to pick up the horn.
You know, that actually reminds me. One time I was traveling down with my father down through the Arrowhead foothills, completely
Hey!
surrounded by
What are you
hedgehogs.
doing? One of the guards with his spear.
And I like turn around.
Do you dismiss the mage hand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Smart. No. Just got to make sure.
There's like still a hand there.
One of the artifacts was moved.
Which one, my friend?
He looks at you. These men coming with you? Captain Delaney's like, yes, we were just looking at the artifacts.
I was just telling a story of my father.
I will accompany you for the rest of your visit.
Of course.
Perhaps you'd like to hear the story. Anyways, I was traveling down the foothills of the Arrowhead Mountains, and that place is just ravaged with hedgehogs and, terrible, terrible things. And he actually, he was carrying a sword about that size, which is very odd for a dwarf.
That
as
would
it's
be like
almost
twice as high.
exactly, and that's what I thought. Like, how would such a small stature wield it?
Yes.
But he could swing it like it was merely a thin stick.
Is he still alive?
Oh yes, very much alive.
Very much worse for me.
Yes. And then after we
And you
felt
said
off.
his name was?
Oh, his name was Cornus.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Anyway, after we fought off a few hedgehogs that were trying to get up in our business, he hit me with the flat of the blade. But, and let me tell you.
He hit you with the flat of the blade.
Oh yeah,
Why?
because I didn't do a good enough job.
And
Interesting.
is this a common thing among the Arrowhead
Yes.
Mountain Dwarves?
They all do this?
Well, I mean, if you're actually, adding, not really.
Sorry. Adding?
As in helping?
Yeah, like if you're doing a good job.
No, not like addition and subtraction.
Yes.
No, I get yelled at.
As in like 1 + 1.
Let's move
I
on.
didn't do a good job most of the time.
I see. But you can sing.
Oh, I mean, everyone has their talents.
My life story is pretty similar to yours, young dwarf. I tried to once wield a sword this size and found that I more was accustomed to instruments, like the book and pen and the flute.
Yes.
They do say the pen is mightier than the sword.
That was I don't remember who that was.
I disagree with that. You don't fight
Yeah,
with a pen.
I don't know if you've ever tried to fight off an hedgehog with a pen.
I've never been able to catch a criminal with just a pen.
I have.
Impressive. How did you do that?
Well, first I wrote a poem, and in that poem I said, a criminal is easily caught with the pen. And then I put that note on the criminal's desk, and when the criminal woke up, I smacked him on the back of the head, and he passed out. And
So
then
in that situation, the fist is mightier than the pen.
Yes,
well,
but
no,
the
see, I
pen.
haven't finished the story. Then I read him the note, in which case I believe is what truly made him pass out. Because I had inscribed magic onto the note to put him to sleep. That's beside the point. Then I carried him away.
So wouldn't magic be mightier than the pen?
Well, I had to write
But
out
don't
the
magic
with
people
pen.
use pens?
I guess they do. I
And
see what you're saying.
therefore, pen might be mightier than the sword.
I think it depends on the situation. Can you chop down a tree with a pen?
I have also seen someone do that. There's a
Now,
poem about
that's
that.
impressive.
Yes. It goes something like, although the trees make the paper, the pen is what cuts the trees down. Something like that. I don't know.
Don't.
No, that doesn't sound. I think you're getting that one confused with the one that goes, although the tree makes the paper comes from the tree.
I'm pretty sure there was something about a pen. I think it went like, although the tree comes from the paper, paper cuts the tree.
No. I think you're thinking of the one that goes, although the pen. Oh no, you're thinking of the one that's like the paper is a brother to the pen, so
The
is the
branch.
tree the lover to the axe.
That's exactly it. Except I
In
think
that
it
one,
was-
it's definitely talking about how those are just two things that kind of work with each other. I don't think it's saying that the pen can chop down a tree.
if I remember correctly, it was more like, so the axe is to the tree, the pen is to
And
the
it's
paper.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
that's the one.
That makes sense.
And
You
In a
can't
way-
poke holes in paper with pens.
a paper is just a tree. So you're right. The pen is able to cut down the tree.
I remember one time I was like, when I was a kid, I was
That's
like
exactly it.
drawing something on a piece of paper with like it wasn't that pen, but it was like a piece of charcoal, and I rubbed it too hard and the paper broke.
Exactly.
And
You
so the
broke the
pen
tree.
It's greater than the tree.
I see.
Wow.
If you guys could all continue to the exit of the museum instead of just. It's not exactly respectful to have a conversation like this in the center of the museum. It disrupts the other people. trying to
Oh, apologies. Got carried away.
As you guys continue, the end of the hall actually meets back up with the other hallway in this other large hall. But I must go. I have to really get back to work. This was more of an errand, just a side task. So we should really be going, and you guys have to go with me. So can't stay. But I hope you got what you needed.
I did, thank you, friend.
Of course.
Exactly the notes that I need.
This was very educational.
It was very enjoyable. A good way to refresh my brain and get some work done.
We should go
Up
for
here.
drinks.
True. Well, I'll probably see you at the bar.
Of course. Have a good day, sir.
Of course.
What a great guy.
Let's go.
My
You guys
favorite.
are coming with me, actually. So
Oh, awesome.
thank you.
We'll follow him.
You guys kind of make your way to the exit, and the doors open for you. As you were, gentlemen. Well, I'll be seeing you all.
Thank
Some things around here to catch up with. So he kind of heads towards the Gleaming District.
I'll start heading down the path towards
Alright.
the bridge.
You guys like
I'll just follow.
Towards the-
immediately.
Actually, I'll just follow Dean wherever he's going.
You guys
I
see
don't run this
like
tower.
Zorena's like sitting by like trying to like be out of sight, like in kind of like next to this house. She's like sitting down with a cloak like this, and the cloak's like kind of half, but you can clearly tell it's her. She's like,
Cats.
Small one.
I hated both of those.
Ponytail.
Stop it!
Beautiful.
No!
Crack shot.
No! What do you want?
The whiz kid.
That's great.
Enough with the names. What do you want? What happened?
Shadow Strider.
Oh my gosh.
Bullet whisper.
Do bullets exist in this world?
There you go.
That's not the same thing.
What happened in
The
there?
tip of the arrow.
She's gonna get up and start walking away.
That's
Over it.
reasonable.
I think it is.
We can definitely make a song with one of those.
Don't.
I think it is her. Do you remember the code word?
She's
I don't think it's
walking
her.
away.
she's like way
She's
down the
like
street.
gone.
I don't think it's her. We should just meet up. She'll probably be at the tower.
Yeah.
You lead on.
Definitely be at the meeting.
Yeah, and that definitely wasn't her.
I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
I feel like she would alert. Crack shot.
Yeah. Or bullet whisper. I mean, that was. Or
Shadow Strider?
yeah. In the upper district.
Alright, anyways, back to the We'll pick up at the Harbinger Hearth after this quick
Wait.
break.
Hey! Harbinger Hearth.
I don't know the cliff.
That's what I meant.
There's no way you're time skipping the entire time that they went there.
After the museum and what followed inside of the museum happened, we find ourselves somewhere else. As a question for those of you who did not go to the museum, was there anything in specific you guys were trying to do?
I'd like to approach Levi Are we in
approach Levi under the bridge.
Yeah,
or you guys
yeah,
go
right,
to the
right,
top?
right, right.
the end of the bridge?
You guys can be at the
Kick
cliff
cliff.
if you like. They spent a while doing it.
Well, I'd say this would be at the
Before
start
we
of the
start,
way.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
As soon as they leave, yeah. So still on the bridge.
So I assume then, based off of what you said earlier, that you
Kieran's gonna get up to just leave to the.
Yeah.
know the streets and the ways of the city fairly well. Yes.
Yeah, unless they've like done a big remodel, but I'm pretty sure they haven't. So
Specifically when it comes to a little bit of the underground work.
I may know some people.
Well, I was thinking it may be of benefit for us to see if we can scrounge together some old blueprints or makers' model sheets of the museum's construction, see if there's anything that it was built over. We may be able to get into the building that way.
I think I know just the person to try to find. Levi doesn't, but Levi's gonna try to BS his way to impress Andrus on his knowledge of the city. So he's gonna, through a roundabout way, pretend to know where he's going while trying to figure out to know where he's going.
Okay. Sounds good. The two of you, what do you guys do?
Oh,
They.
Yeah. Sorry, we haven't left just yet. I would like just to make an announcement. I am also going to be stopping by. I know an antique guy who likes to take stolen goods. So I was going to pawn off a few items. Just putting that out there.
Are you sure you want to be out and around the city right now?
I do.
Oh, and I stopped. I shift from looking like Levi to looking like a human with a crew cut,
You guys are weird.
redhead.
Not that weird.
Oh, the ginger.
Are you guys going to want to join us?
I don't see where else we would go except for stay here.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll give you the best route the city can offer. It's not that pretty of a
I'll
city.
hold you to that.
Okay. I will keep that in mind as I try to impress everybody. But I am gonna. Do you mind if we go here first to just pawn off these things? Okay.
That is okay.
Real quick, I'm just gonna try to find one of the local places where I know stolen goods don't detract from the value of the item. Like some place you can get some stuff off.
Yeah.
Quick.
Trying to recall from when you were younger. Would you make a history check?
Yeah. 3.
Nice.
You remember that place we were at earlier?
Yeah, the one that had the cat ears.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that place exists.
Follow me.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
You
lead
had
the
your way
okay?
there?
Mm.
And it doesn't take long. It's not too far away. Eventually, he leads you to this really crummy part of town. There's like these really narrow. The streets are narrower, and there's a very, very dark alleyway that he leads you into.
Now,
It steps up to a.
despite its appeal, it's pretty cozy.
Right.
You know, for having to sleep. Normally, you'd think, oh, mud, not a good place to sleep in, but it's way softer than stone. So.
All right.
Open it again. You just see this larger Goliath, dark brown skin.
Hello.
Hello,
Gonna saddle up to the counter.
you again.
Yes.
Looking for more cat ears? Make
No,
friends?
I'm satisfied.
Don't steal anything.
No.
Looking at you.
I wouldn't steal anything.
Oh, he's disabled.
I think it's a stutter.
I thought he was maybe
No.
one of those crazy ears.
Well, with the hair decision, I mean, come on.
Exactly.
My son.
We got a lot of crazies in here, so
Hate those people.
you just got a stutter or something.
Yeah.
They're right.
All right. Anyways,
To the point at hand, I have a few weapons that I might want to sell to you if you're interested in that.
what do you got?
Some finer stuff.
As you're reaching in, I'm just gonna like. Please don't sell the magical arcane focus. Not here.
As I kind of stall around in the bag, it's like, what focus is that?
The staff.
That was just a staff. And It's mine, so you can't do anything. As I pull out this bow
Oh my
staff.
god.
Nice.
Now it's pretty well made.
Looks it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Pull out the +1 rapier.
Anything else?
No, just those two.
These are nice.
I want to sell them to you for, since they're both together, 1,000 gold pieces.
You are crazy.
That's a good price.
They are really,
Good price.
they're really good.
What are you talking about? You're in the wrong part of town.
I thought you knew this. This is in your head, so I thought you knew this city, Levi. This is clearly not a place to sell this.
Listen, I'll take these off your hands for 50 gold each. 100 gold total. That'll get you by for a whole year.
Okay. I respond back in your head. Clearly degraded from the last time I've been here. Well, no, these are family heirlooms, and they will not go for such a low price.
He just. All right. Well, whatever suits you. Whatever suits you. That's what I always say. Customer's always wrong.
Doing a quick once over.
It's just a bunch of stuff, like
Literal stuff.
Like a
Yeah.
thrift store.
yeah, kind of like at their store. There's like different like sets of clothing,
Yeah.
hats. There's some shoes that look used at the near the entrance.
I'll
Some,
pop
like, satchels and
a
stuff.
spell slot and instantly cast detect magic,
Yeah, look around the room.
just on the off chance that someone might have not
Yeah.
known what they sold.
You see one of the belts seems to be glowing.
What is this? I'm gonna kind
It
of.
looks like a belt.
Would you take the gold for it?
Let's see it. Smells pretty nice. See, it's this thick leather belt with really nice, just this completely metal buckle,
Mm-hmm.
and it just like has this carving of a mosquito on. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually,
Go
go
on.
on.
Goated.
I
That
cannot
was
get mad at
crazy.
that, bro.
That was beautiful.
That was like
Nice.
calculated.
It has this like carving of like these like mountains on it.
Okay. I think it looks cool.
Perfect condition. How about we trade?
They kind of stop walking out of the store.
This for those items you got. This is a nice belt. In fact, now that I see it, I kind of want to wear it.
How about I give you gold?
Like 100 gold.
How about 110?
Done.
Give the exchange.
He just kind of looks to the bag. Wait, hold on. Pours it out. Just like
There's like if he actually counts it out, he's probably got closer to like 112 with the silver extra in there.
kind of stops counting. Perfect. You're good to go. Thanks for making the deal.
Kind of buckle it up.
It's a lot of gold.
I'm gonna walk up to the counter really quick.
Is gold real?
Yeah.
Gold is real.
Do
What's wrong with him?
Him?
Crazy?
No.
Just sold him a belt for 110 gold.
Just stupid.
Wow. My lucky day.
Do you have a shawl?
Yeah. I'll give it to you for free. Take anything you like.
Okay. And like, are there any like shawls?
Yeah, there's like all this outfits. Some of them have shawls like with them, and there's a few like standalone of different colors and stuff. What are you looking for specifically?
Maybe like a darker color.
Yeah, there's some like dark purple and then like a gray one.
I'll take the gray one.
All
Put it on.
right. Just that's on me, I guess. You just start kind of scooping the gold.
On my way, I would be looking, just quick glance. Is there any like dark stained glass?
Dark stained glass, like
Yeah.
in this shop.
Yeah, like any like broken panels or something that's like used.
Sunglasses.
You look kind of over to the. There's just some random stuff. You see like there's a dark bottle.
Could I have this bottle for free?
No, you can't.
I'll throw a gold at his head.
Fine.
Bottles up.
These people are insane. I don't know where they get their money.
Well, you guys have a great day.
You too.
Yeah. Sure.
Just walk out the place. So wasn't all I was.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. What the hell? You just gave like so much gold
Hey, it's
for
a
a belt.
it's a belt. Those are hard to come by.
This place is known for its bad prices.
We'll see when I was here about.
Don't worry, it is a little more than meets the eye.
What?
5 years can change an establishment. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It was-
5 years can change memories.
Okay.
Anyways, where are we going?
We're going to find blueprints for the Hall of Wonders.
Where are you gonna get those?
I know a guy. Don't worry.
What's his name?
Bobby.
Yeah?
Yeah, Bobby.
Is that this one's, or is it a different one?
No, that's Bobby. Well, I guess I don't know a guy then.
Alright.
Well, unless Bobby got his ID stolen. But I'm sure we could find one, put our heads together, we got this.
Without drawing too much attention.
Oh, no. Psh, I may not know all the underworkings of the seedy parts of the city, but I know who to look for to get some answers.
Could I recreate in a drawing just the layout of the museum from my time having been there? I don't know how briefly I was there.
You don't have a great memory of like. You remember that there was like
I mean, like, room here, room there.
Remember there was, like-
hallways here.
2 rooms, 2 hallways that connected.
Okay.
It's kind of what you remember.
Okay.
As we're kind of like walking, you're gonna see like Andrus, kind of reaching into like a pack, and like pulling out like that hourglass as he's kind of like fiddling with it as you guys are walking, just like completely out of it, just kind of. There's like moments where he like hits like a post or something like that, and just kind of like moves around and just watching the sand fall. And there's like little brief moments where like, yeah, as he like walks past like, is there glass windows at all?
Yeah, and some.
As he walks past glass windows, if you look in the reflection, there's like a different background in the window of him walking through a library. And as he's like doing that, over the next 10 minutes, I'll cast Identify on the object.
As you do that, and you guys walk, belt to feel giant strength.
What?
It's a really good magic item.
It's good. All right. So where are we? Are we finding this Bubby?
Yeah. Bobby's in this town, and I'm just gonna go back to where I can recall some more seedier people tend to gather, whether it's like district oriented.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So you're specifically sorry, just to be clear, because
Yeah.
I wasn't paying full attention.
You're sure.
I was just thinking about the fact that I'm just being so generous right now. You're thinking of gathering spots for this district specifically, or just the gathering spots in general?
Finding a spot where I know some seedier people might be, and then work my way up from there to someone who.
Okay. What are you rolling?
Just history check.
Right,
see
that
if
makes
I-
sense.
But this one's better. 18.
Right. You remember in the kind of heart of the really less well-off part of town in
Mhm.
Highwall, you remember there's this kind of like a little market, maybe like used goods market, kind of like a flea market / tavern. It's like a bigger building
Okay.
that a lot of people hang out at, and just
Do I remember the name of this tavern or
Um,
flea market?
it's kind of people just who live like in this part of town. They just call it the market.
Well, I do know this one place actually. It's more in the slums area, but it probably has what we need.
Okay.
Follow me.
We'll trust you.
All right, we'll head that direction.
All right. You guys head that direction. You
Twice as
notice
fast as anyone normally would.
Well, when it's on the main road, there's nothing.
Right,
to worry about. You guys noticed you guys have like about an hour before you're supposed to meet up.
Okay. How far would you say we are from?
20 minutes away.
Okay.
Maybe 15, 10. It's in this general area of town.
We should make finding Bobby quick.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm sure you know right where you're going.
Crystal.
Alright, you head to the market. Kind of from a little bit of ways, you just see like people walking in this general area. It's this large, like open, like 2 slanted roofs that are going over this area where there's some like shops and some tables, and then they meet up in one covered area that has this like kind of bar and like a large stack of like drinks with like a big ladder, just like random drinks and stuff. And there's this larger human who looks to be like very, very large, just like fat wise. He's just kind of like, he can reach like all the way back to like the things, and then kind of like moves over and he's like,
Gotcha.
oh yes. And there's like a bunch of people gathered around, and then there's people gathered around each stall, and there's people sitting at every table. Just a bunch of different types of people. There's obviously a lot of humans that, you know, that's the most common race in the city. There's a few tieflings. There's not as many elves here. There's a few dwarves, gnomes, and halflings though, more than in the other parts of town. And still there's not a ton of tieflings, but there's a few.
I'm gonna walk right up to
See a giant or two.
I'm gonna walk up to the barkeep directly.
You kind of like push through some people. There's people kind of sitting at the bar, you know, just like, it's pretty loud. In fact, let's get some noise.
Paste. Hey, what's your special?
Well, special.
What are you?
You're special. Frog juice.
Frog juice. Like we get 4 of those? Yeah, let's get 4 of those.
2.
Oh, thanks.
Was that this green? And a bunch of people are like, oh,
Pass.
I want the green cup. It's like,
Give me that. I'll go ahead and pass some drinks to you.
one person's like, damn.
Thank you. Hey,
Of course.
do you know
That'll
what
be 4. Copper.
Gotcha. Slide copper.
Stuff. What does this smell like?
He kind of slides the copper and it goes into like what sounds like a metal tin, and then it slides. It's like into what sounds like a bucket. It smells just like alcoholic.
Heavily alcoholic?
No. Kind of like fruity.
And where are the drinkers?
like a
when you
cocktail.
need them?
Yeah.
Oh, this drink has kept me warm many a nights.
What can I do you for?
Do you know anybody here who's more,
Looking to sell goods.
I'm looking to maybe buy some information off of somebody. Someone who's more architecturally focused in the Gleeman district.
Architecture. Well, perhaps you should go see at the table. He kind of points with the bottle still in his hand. Far table.
That
In
guy?
that first area.
Sitting
covered
by
area.
himself or sitting with
He's
the
a
group?
dark elf with his hair tied up
Okay.
and a high tail.
Alright. Thank you.
Paying well.
Yeah, you don't have to drink.
Someone
this.
else kind of like pushes past you.
Yeah.
I need the frog juice.
I'm just gonna keep on walking to that dark
What?
elf.
To need is crazy.
We'll walk that way.
You kind of push through the crowd.
Yeah. No, you don't want to ever come and pickpocket any guys here because they barely have enough money for the drinks.
I don't pickpocket.
Well, if you were planning.
All right, pretty lady.
Hey.
How's it going today? You wouldn't know if, never gotten this far.
I'm gonna put myself between those two. She's fine. Take a walk.
I'm just
She
gonna.
is fine.
I'm gonna slide
Take
my
a walk.
arm over his shoulder. Hey, buddy. Drink.
You're a real fine chap.
No, you're all good. Just turn
I
that
like
direction.
you.
Turn that direction.
What's
I'm
this
gonna
direction?
spin him away from Estrella. Push him into the crowd.
Whoa.
Estrella's
Just
like,
This crowd is a bit savory, but you know, this is how you learn to get along with people.
Just keep your head down.
Yeah.
Don't look
the,
at me
the
like
drink
that.
you're holding, and just kind of, there's some red wine.
Oh.
Do me.
What?
All right, I'm gonna walk
Quick
up to
pass,
this.
people. You see a small round table. You see this dark elf just in like a half cape, kind of like leather, coming around here, and his
Mhm.
arm sticking out with this red, like puffy shirt.
Okay.
He seems to have like red markings under his eyes, and his hair in this like tall tail that kind of comes up into 2 braids. And he's like spinning a piece of silver.
Is this the like table filled with other people, or?
This is a small round table. No one's at it.
Go ahead and pull up a seat.
I pull up a seat on the opposite side. He pulls up a seat.
Okay, so we're flanking him then on either.
Are we doing
on
like
his
side by
left is
side?
right? Yeah, side by
Like
side.
side by side.
No. Like we're.
Like kind of like here.
yeah, a
he's
bit,
here.
a bit. Yeah, this.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep a standing position and kind of watch if anyone approaches.
Someone told us that you were a man to talk to.
We're into architecture.
No one's into architecture.
Ask my friend here, Bobby. He's into architecture. Ain't that right, Bobby?
Bobby.
That is what they call me. Yes.
Well, why are you so into architecture?
Well, first let me get you a drink.
Is that frog juice?
Do you like it?
No. I don't particularly care for frog juice.
What do you care for?
Green scale ale.
That's what I got. Oh, I guess you just did magic.
Magic.
That works.
Perfect.
More tangy?
Yeah. Make it a little sweeter.
I just like the hourglass is down the side. I'm kind of like
a little
running
less
like
sweet.
Bartender.
Running the
worst
sliders.
nightmare,
You could be
bro.
a cocktail maker, Andrews.
Sorry, not to be particular, but there's a distinct apple taste. You're
Well, before
missing.
you get the dapple taste part, let's start talking about what I want.
I see what you did there. I'll just drink it.
Sounds good. I'm looking for building plans.
Building plans for what?
A particular governmental establishment.
Which one?
Well, first I gotta know. Do you have any building plans or access to any?
Of course, I can get access to almost anything that was built in the last 50 years.
Where would you go to get something built
If I told you, then I'd be out of a job, wouldn't I?
before the last 50 years?
Oh, well, I could still try to get anything like that. I for sure have on hand everything built in the last 50 years, though.
But everything passed. You need to go and.
I
Yeah,
might need to
little
do some
something,
digging.
How quick can you do this digging?
Depends on the building. What are we looking at?
Something in the Gleaming District. Do you have access to
Gleaming
those
District.
papers?
They're harder to get, but what are we thinking?
Well,
And don't ask me about the Daybreak Palace.
the palace isn't that interesting.
No, we're not interested in the palace.
Then what are you interested in?
We're fans of history, and we just like to know the history of the most historic building in the Gleaming District.
Which is?
They want the museum.
The Hall of Beginning?
That's the one.
That's not in the Gleaming District.
It isn't?
It's right outside of it, so you might get confused.
That's... I get
Well,
confused.
then we are talking to an expert.
Very educated.
Let me get that drink for you.
Taking a walk or two.
It's dialed this time. I wasn't dialing it completely,
Yeah,
but
now
now
you're
it's
locked in.
dialed.
Oh, perfect. Now, payment. If I were to get this for you, upon arrival, I would need something from all of you.
What are you
Do you take-
interested in?
Do you take, cool sorts?
No, I want some crushed glass. And not just any glass, if you know what I mean. All of the dealers around here, they won't sell to me anymore after the incident,
I understand.
if you know what I mean.
I did.
Yes.
What quantities are we looking for?
Levi
Just a
puts the
bag.
bottle back in his bag of holding.
Just a bag.
Just a bag, like a coin purse size.
No, that's way too much. I would kill myself with that much.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm
can
glad
we
you
get
know
the
yourself.
Maybe. We'll see what I can do.
Well, we can't.
We-
We shouldn't be talking about payment if there's no guarantee on the product.
Well, that's not true at all, actually. You always have to discuss payment before you go and get something,
Of
because
course.
then
I understand, but there's no certainty. So
there
you
isn't.
know.
Well,
So you don't
first
have
off-
to get me what I need.
We don't know even what his name is. How can we pay the man if we don't know what his name is?
What's
Or at least what he goes by. Samuel.
How about if I get you what you need, I give you a name. Wouldn't want anyone who knows my name to have negative thoughts about it.
right?
Fair.
Fair.
Can we have something to refer to you as? Doesn't have to be your name.
The architect.
Perfect.
I like that.
I've been called that before.
Yeah. I'm just picking
Keep
up on
that
it.
one
This
low
is-
key.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
The
Keep it on the low.
Well,
The basement
architect,
level.
If you are able to procure what we're looking for, what sort of timeline are we looking at?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, if you started now,
I'll start now. See what I can do.
Will you be back here at the market once you get what you need?
Unless you want me to meet you somewhere else.
This is good. This is fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I'll be right here once I got it.
All right.
and we'll be looking for a bag for you.
Now you better not jump me. Once I get everything.
You
No,
look
no, no,
too
we're
capable
good.
for us to
We're good.
jump.
You're above
am.
us.
You
For
probably
sure.
own most of the goons in this establishment.
That's why they call him the architect.
Not at all.
He runs this joint.
No, I definitely don't run the joint.
Hey.
That would be Rat Belly.
Rat
He
Belly.
owns the joint. They say he's got rats in his belly. That's why it's so
Rat
big.
Belly.
The bar team?
Yeah,
Oh,
Rat
okay.
Belly.
Rat
He's been running this joint for 40 years or something.
Well, architect.
He doesn't look a day past 20 though.
Use this, and he's gonna.
Do you want me
Anderson
to tell
pull
him you
out.
said that?
Please.
And you can pull out 2 gold and 5 silver. Slide it to him. If you need to get access to any places that have a charge, consider that on us.
This will not really get me that far, but
I'll buy some drinks.
perfect. All right. Well, good day. I'll be right on that.
Good day. Do we want to
Kinda
stay
gets up
for
from the
some more
table.
drinks? Grab anything to go?
Let's go to a better.
Kind of starts
We
walking
have,
away
like,
like he's still looking at you.
I
15
didn't get
minutes.
I didn't get a chance to get my drink, so I'm just gonna grab one more. I'm gonna just get a drink to go.
I'm going to kind of kneel down and just like out of nowhere, the dog kind of walks out from under one of the tables. I want you to stay with the architect if you can.
You're just gonna say that to sorry who?
The dog.
I said, what?
It's kind of like giving it a little chin rub. I want you to stay with the architect as best you can, but don't get hurt or anything. They're expensive.
Starts moving away.
Expensive.
That's crazy.
It's true. All right.
I'm so low
I
on
touched
resources to bring it back to.
Oh, literally.
We got one more.
Doing anything else? You guys notice it's probably.
I think we're heading that way.
Yeah, we're headed to the cliff.
You guys head out.
Right, Levi. We're headed to the cliff.
Yes.
Yeah, you walked away.
Well, I just needed this
He
drink.
comes back with this big old pint.
But I'm kind of like pulling it out from under my cloak. So
You're a
she
sucker
likes
for
his
the
glass.
frog juice.
What?
I said you're a sucker for the frog juice.
It's nostalgic. What? When you have only a copper and you need something, gets you far.
Just a clarifier. Would that be something that substance be something I'd be familiar with from Prime Port?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, but I was able to pick up on the implication of what it was, a substance of some form.
Are you saying
The crushed glass.
crushed glass? Okay, sorry, they were talking
I thought you were
about.
talking about frog juice.
the frog
That's why I said substance. Sorry, yeah, no.
And it's also a
Just say the
substance.
Yeah, but people
Just
don't
say
usually
that.
refer to alcohol as substance.
I'm not
Unless
sure
they're talking about
it's
a
just
substance
alcohol.
abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what frog juice is.
I was gonna say it's called frog juice.
Yes, you would be
People say
familiar with
they
what
eat it.
crushed glass is.
And is it something that is like?
It's like a powdery substance.
Okay.
Just
Got it.
more like a sandy textured substance.
And
Let's meet back
Actually
up
more
with the
pebbly.
others.
yeah, the cliff.
It's like more like tiny little beads. Anyways,
We'll go back.
as you guys all of you head to the cliff except for Zarena. I need you to roll a stealth check to pop away from the sight of those two.
14.
You guys, as you're walking back to the cliff, Zarena's way in front of you, and you see her like duck behind like a building. And as you guys kind of walk past it, she like is behind a barrel, and she kind of like goes to walk the other way, like really smoothly. But you guys like kind of just see it out of the corner of your eye.
Agreed. Definitely. That alleyway right there.
1, 3.
Yeah.
2, 1. I like dark.
You guys both like dart out of it. You see like behind you, you can hear them both just like run into the alley.
Okay.
It's
She's
just
just
wildly
gonna-
out of shape.
She's not really focusing on them. She's just trying to get to where she needs to
I'm gonna
go.
pull out the flute.
So
And sing will be more relaxed. And like walk back down out of the street.
You saying horny?
That's what I heard too. I'm not gonna lie. It's like what? I said That's not a time save, bro. That's what he's saying.
stay in there.
I'm horny.
I'm Mr. Horny.
I have nobody. That's the true lyrics of the song.
Alright.
Zarena, you head the opposite direction as you hear them kind of singing, going down the road the other way. As you head back to the Gleaming District, up to the gates, past the museum.
Okay.
See a guard kind of come out of the guardhouse. What's your business?
I'd like to visit some friends of mine.
What's your name?
Katarina.
What's your identification?
Just gonna.
Oh, just have your identification. That's rare. Is this real?
Of course
Yeah, it
it
looks
is.
real.
Bro, answer for some question.
Red asterisk.
Why do you have ears like that? You got ears on the side of your face and on the top of your head.
Yes. Yes. These ones. She points to her real ears. These are they're fake.
Interesting. Well, I guess everyone does things. Just turn around and go to the guardhouse. Just like you hear a lever and just like part of the gate just opens, like the side of it just kind of drops down that side where you were. Oh, have a nice day.
You too.
Yep.
Just gonna walk.
I will have a nice day. Just kind of leans on the guard.
Okay, she's just gonna walk.
You are now in this beautiful district of the city. The houses have space in between them. Most of them have gardens and hedges with like actual gates. As the city is this nice cobbled stone.
Okay. She's kind of just gonna take it in a little bit.
And you can see as the road kind of goes up and it splits, but one of the pathways goes up to the Daybreak Palace.
Okay.
This beautiful, beautiful palace.
And she's kind of just gonna like look around, kind of reminisce a little bit, and then start walking towards her parents' house.
All right. As you head familiar pathway
Yeah.
towards your family house, you head down the street and down another one towards this nice house. It's built out of stone foundation and then this wood with a garden around it and kind of this little courtyard area. Familiar fence.
She is going to try to not be seen.
Okay.
So she's gonna try to also go, if she can, to the like kind of just like look, see if she can see her parents.
Kind of look.
at all.
You don't really see
Like
anything in the front. Are you gonna try to like hop the fence or jump over the hedge or something?
Yeah, and she'll just
Roll
go
stealth check.
go towards the back. Oh, much better. A 26.
All right, you easily kind of remain unseen going through the garden area towards the back. As you get towards like this back area, there's the hedges kind of fully surround the backyard, so that it's just almost looks like this big garden, even though it's just a smaller yard. See the stone tiled back like patio, pretty much, and this stone table. You see both of your parents are sitting at eating from this bowl of like fruit, and they're just like. They seem to be just having like a regular conversation, just like, oh well, I don't know. You know, just kind of overhear them a little bit.
Okay. As she kind of just like sits there watching.
You're just kind of inside this like bush,
Yeah, she's like.
like a rhododendron bush.
It's gonna like shock her, but she's gonna feel like some wet on her cheek, and she's gonna like wipe. It's a tear.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna kind of be like watching them and like noticing that like have they gotten noticeably like looked noticeably different since she left? What?
Sorry, I'm trying to focus, but the way that you delivered that was just super funny.
Sorry.
No,
It's
you're
okay.
Is it really that funny?
Hey, you're one to talk.
I haven't laughed in a while.
That's
so.
true. That's true. But I never crack up.
I'm
It's
sorry,
just this
I'm
one.
laughing more at the chat.
Yeah, you guys.
Um,
As you look at them, there doesn't seem to be any details that seem much different about them, and you can't really see them up close.
yeah. Okay. She's gonna try to sneak around to that like little training area that her. It's my backstory. That her brother used to train.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to look and see if she can find anything, like any clues or anything, like if he's been bad.
Sorry, I thought you said trading area at first. What
No,
was that?
sorry, training. Yeah.
Like, I totally remember that.
See if she
The
can
fort.
find any
Yes.
clues.
You know that you've never been like allowed entrance to the fort, but you can still go over there. As you head out of your parents' house down the road, kind of on the opposite side of the Gleaming District, on a different road past the palace and kind of around it, the wall that is both the outer wall and the Gleaming District wall, where it meets, this portion of it kind of has a portion of this part of the wall comes out, and there's a fort in this corner with large towers and this gate. There's 2 guards at the gate on either side,
Okay.
both positioned with their golden trim and their red tabards.
Okay. Well, she's just gonna walk up to them.
One of them kind of looks down at her. What do you want?
I was wondering if you had any information on a friend of mine.
I'm not exactly allowed to give out information while on post.
Not anything?
Who's your friend? I don't know if they're here or not.
Ivanius Thatcher. Do you know anything about him?
No.
Nothing at all.
Don't even know who that is.
Seriously?
Yep.
How long have you been here?
I'm new.
Of course. What about this other guy?
He's new too.
Great. Can we have somebody who's not new?
No. I told you we couldn't give out the information, and then you asked for information, so now...
Yeah, but obviously you don't know anything.
Nah, that's not true. I know lots of things. I know I'm not allowed to give out information while on post.
Yeah,
That's
you've
what
told me that 3 times.
So, I do know something. I also know you probably up to no good. You look weird. Got ears, and that's a sign that you're not... Well, you don't belong in the Gleaming District. That's what I know. And your outfit also doesn't look like you belong in the Gleaming District. You look more like you belong at maybe the back table at the Harbinger's Hearth.
Oh. So what if I do?
Well, head back that way. I'll welcome you with open arms. Unless you want to recruit or something, become a soldier. But we don't really love having soldiers too short to carry a pole arm.
I'm sure I could carry it better than you.
I highly doubt that. Good day.
Okay, she's kind of gonna walk away, but as she and then she's kind of gonna hide a little bit.
Alright. Hide. So.
She just wants to be unseen by those 2 guys, not okay. It's on. I'm getting there.
I'm getting it.
So where you are.
Is there any place that I could just quickly it doesn't need to be.
So on the one side, there's these rocks that kind of lead up to this large structure that holds the Daybreak Palace, and that meets with the wall. And then on the other side, there's these houses that are more connected and close, maybe where there's housing for the people that are in the barracks. And unless you went down into one of the doors or went up into one of the doors, there wouldn't be really anywhere to hide, because it's kind of in plain sight, as it's a road that this pathway leads up to the Daybreak, or not the Daybreak Palace, the fort.
Right. Well, is there anywhere if I went down a little bit?
You could go a ways and then hide in one of the areas.
Yeah. Could I do that? Would it be 80 feet?
You can go 80 feet
Okay.
away, yeah.
I'll do
Maybe
that.
if you just kind of quickly pop down stairs,
Yeah.
going into a house towards the door. There's kind of these
Can I still?
up
I
and
can still
down
see
type.
those guys though. Because that's
not
my
if you're
goal.
hidden.
Well, I mean, okay.
If you weren't hidden, yes, you could see them. If you were hidden, behind, you want to poke your head out. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Ask the DM if you can get to a spot that you can sneak there.
Yeah. Purposely, it's structured so that there's not just easy ways to hide and shoot the guards. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No, of course.
But you could manage to do something.
Okay. Well, I would like to hide as best I can, and then kind of just pop up and use my bow, not to kill or injure necessarily.
I just want to shoot him a little bit. I don't want
I-
to do
Let
that.
her cook. Let her cook.
I would like to nick one of their ears
Okay.
if I can.
Okay.
The one who talked.
Okay.
Just real quick. It doesn't have to.
All right. Well, make an attack roll.
Okay.
Rolls a
You have the
nat-
sharpshooter feet,
rolls a nat one.
or I guess you're at 80 feet. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't have a sharpshooter.
25.
All right. You shoot. This arrow just kind of you see it, Nick, and you shoot.
And then I'd like to
You
run.
run. And you hear
But,
almost
stealthily
immediately
run.
a bell.
Okay.
As you begin to run down the street.
We are stirring.
But I'm trying to be quick, but also stealth around and try not to be hidden. I mean, try not to be
Try to
seen.
be hidden. Yes. Like I said, during this part, these like barracks part,
Okay. Well.
it is houses that are connected.
Okay.
Structures.
I'm gonna try my best.
All right. Make a stealth check at disadvantage.
Okay.
As you also try to run down the street.
Before 3 o'clock.
25.
Nice. All right. You begin to run, and you kind of quickly pop down into the doors as you see fit. Running down the road. And quickly dive. You realize you're not going to be able to just run down the street and get very far.
Okay.
Because you immediately see, oh shoot, there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
So you kind of dive at the first house you see over the fence, over the hedge, and into like the bushes as like people come around the corner and run. And immediately there's guard presence on the street.
Okay.
See like a group march kind of jog past you.
Okay.
So it seems as though right now you could try to move through the city, but as you are in the Gleaming District, if you want to be unseen, you can't move through the road because there's guards everywhere now.
Okay.
But you were able to get out of that first stretch and into a garden somewhere.
Okay. Would I be able to move through like backyards?
Well, there's multiple roads you have to cross. So you can kind of try and do that. It would just take you a while. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
I can.
About the time you got there, though, that was about 3 o'clock. So we're going to pan over to the cliff where all of you meet at about 3 o'clock.
Which group gets there first?
You guys do, actually. As you guys are sitting down, you see them enter. Just Yavik and Cordine. You guys are at a bigger table. Barney kind of walks up. Alright, guys. You guys are back. What can I get for you?
Where's Zarena?
You're chipper. Hey, songbirds, come on. Hey.
What can I get for you guys?
Oh, they don't want
do you have
anything you
any,
have.
green scale ale?
It cost you, but I got it.
Hey, there was a third with you. Where's she?
She.
The beautiful one.
Yes.
Yeah, where is she?
We don't know.
You
It's a good question.
You lost her?
left her?
Well,
She
seeing
kind of-
that we never saw her.
So she was too good at being Serena.
He's gonna look to Andrews. Do you make a habit of surrounding yourself with incompetence?
Hey,
It's not incompetence.
it's not incompetence.
Maybe it's her.
It's her
extreme
lack
competence.
of lack of incompetence.
We asked her to hide and follow us, and we never saw her.
So maybe she's gonna walk through that door in 5, 4, 3.
Can I just take your guys' order?
Yes, I'd like
They've clearly had enough to drink. Come on, buddy.
a club sandwich.
I don't work like that. Club sandwich?
I got my own drink.
2?
4.
4. Green scale ale. You can't bring your own drinks. You gotta dump it out.
Barney, try to stop me.
So your name's Bart.
Yeah.
Do you all want to
This
stay?
poor guy.
Barney, can I just pay for the fact that he brought a drink?
Yeah.
It's a silver. It cost him a copper.
Goes against everything that I said before. Just
Do you have any wine?
what was that?
Do you have any wine
Yeah, I got wine. Why? You want some?
to take a drink?
You like wine?
Yeah.
Let me guess. You want wine too?
Do you have red wine?
Yep. Great. Didn't
I'll
expect
reserve
that.
us a table. I
You're
go
s-
over.
They are sitting at a table. You're standing. Like I described at the beginning.
Well, I was with
Will you
Buck.
start
So,
listening yours?
Well, you should learn how to multitask.
Cordine, Yavik, how was the mission?
Oh,
Is there
the
anyone
else in
museum
this room?
was
Gorgeous.
impeccable.
A lot of
Absolutely-
people?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Perhaps we should have this conversation somewhere where there aren't a bunch of patrons to the bar around us.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like
visiting the museum is a
20 other
crime.
people in the room.
Well, to be fair, we are going to be discussing a bit more than just visiting, I believe.
I think we can all use our own intuition and determine this is not a great place to have the conversation.
Maybe if you're bad at talking.
You share
Right.
what I have to share without anybody feeling interrupted about a museum conversation. I have nothing to add.
I feel like you don't trust this, Val.
He just met us.
Let
I
me put it like
understand.
this.
I'm not saying it's a bad
Green
thing.
scale ale.
Just wait for our food and then we
Yes.
take it.
Red wines for you too. Be back with those 4 clubs.
What are you
You're gonna
looking
drink
at?
your own drink.
What are you looking at? Thanks.
The museum was absolutely gorgeous.
Find out Roland was actually a general.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we saw his portrait.
Wait,
Very stoic, man.
high cheekbones, big nose?
Yeah, high cheek.
High cheekbones, perfect nose.
Nose, impeccable.
Not a single blemish.
Nice.
You know this Roland guy?
Oh, yeah, he left pretty recently.
You don't know him?
Not the way that they
Well,
saw
He's the
him.
original general.
He's a talker.
No,
in
yeah, we
town
know
for
him.
Sure. How do you guys?
Well, you can't.
We know a piece of him. We don't know the actual Roland.
Oh, no, we
Everybody
What does
knows.
that mean?
We've talked to Roland, reincarnated from death.
Excuse me?
More of a wraith, really.
Tell me more.
And with that, Barney, can we use the treasure chest?
What was that?
Treasure chest.
Fine.
I would also like a treasure chest.
It's a one order type of thing.
It's a group task.
Yeah.
Thanks for announcing the secret word. Now I have to change it.
Well, you just announced that it was a secret word. We
I
didn't
was
No,
just
say that it
if
was.
everyone sees you ask for the treasure chest, then
And
you
then
all
disappear.
pile up
It's a
into the
little
back room. And now everybody knows. Old Bill knows now too. Back. One more time, and I'm taking away the elbow.
Okay.
The belt of
Ignore your mic if you do that again.
Fair enough.
Were you with Velcro?
Sorry, I was given the name Bobby, and then Bill came up, and it just all felt like it went together perfectly.
Alright. Anyways, get up there. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah. Thanks, Barney.
Don't.
Yeah.
No.
No.
At that moment, Tamara kind of enters the cliff. She has her hood up though. Kind of goes with you.
And Barney, if you see the small halfling lady come through, can you send her up as well?
With
So you're gonna have
pigtails.
to do.
Cat ears and pigtails.
Pretty.
Okay, got it. Can't miss that.
Yep.
Cat ears. Interesting. All right. Well, anyways,
Not as pretty as the celestial.
good to know.
That's crazy.
Good to know. And yeah, all right.
But don't tell her.
I'm gonna go up and slowly open the door.
Thanks, Val.
You guys kind of head up. You slowly open the door.
That's what everybody does.
It's like a traffic in the hallway.
You guys head into this familiar sight.
So what did you guys find out about the museum?
Well, let's see. Let's start. Well, do you know?
Just
Sorry,
the,
about the
the
whole,
artifact.
Oh, well, let's see.
the security.
Guards, safety measures.
Magic.
Let's see. The horn.
I don't
not
want to know
much
facts
the
about
horn.
it.
We don't care about them.
What happens when you touch it?
Could you cast
Oh.
magic?
Yes, you can cast magic. It does set off a slight alarm.
What is
When you
what?
cast magic?
What is slight?
When you cast
I'm
magic or
usually-
touch the horn?
Well, seeing as that I did both of them within about 30 seconds of each other.
What? Do you remember what the guard said?
Yes, he said, because the item moved. It was when the item moved.
The motion. So the act of it moving from its place. So as soon as we move it, they're gonna know.
Yes, it seems to trigger some sort of magical alarm.
But if we can get in there and teleport out.
There's 4 guards in total.
I don't think we should all go in.
Well, yeah, I'm not
I
saying we
agree.
should
I
either.
think
Some
it
of
could be an easy job for
Oh,
maybe 3 people.
Who here can teleport out of there?
well,
Well, before
Tamara,
we-
did you find anything that could help us with
I
that?
believe that Tamara also said that the museum may have more protection than just the guards stationed there. the sentinels or guardians that you spoke
Yeah,
of?
do
I'm
you-
assuming you were looking for those as well, yes?
Yeah.
Do you
The guards.
see anything of
Sentinel
nothing.
form. Not one of
No
those.
statues, no.
Lots of statues.
Lots of statues.
Statues
none
could
of
have
the-
been alive.
These ones were
course.
crumbling and falling apart.
Still could be alive, you can't tell.
Yeah.
This is true.
Golems are everywhere, man.
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, sorry.
Yeah, they also
Heard
have
of gargoyles?
plaques underneath them, like they were important, and like if they came to life and moved around, that'd be a big problem.
Well, you don't know the
It's
integrity
almost
of
like
the stonework.
There could be a tome
Well,
in
actually,
the basement.
Right.
Hmm?
You don't know a lot of
It's
stuff.
like there could be a tome in the basement, making everything
Is
come to
there
life.
any other important
The
information?
limestone of the statue
Night at the
seems to
museum.
be
Got
kind of older limestone, if you will, maybe third generation, second
Okay.
generation
Yeah.
limestone.
No.
No,
Did you know
that
the
is
first
one
generation-
It was definitely third.
More importantly, I couldn't find a scroll of teleportation, unfortunately.
Could not. Okay. So we have no exit strategy as of this moment. Unless
I'll have to
anybody.
find a new way to.
Okay. Well, that's going to be tough because as soon as we move it, they're
Yeah.
going to know. So we're going to be expecting traffic on any way out. Well, we touch base with the architect down by the market.
Oh, he's
Well, what if he pulls through?
not good.
He's not.
He's a drug addict. He's not actually helpful.
Well, I feel like if someone's motivated enough to do something.
Yeah, well, he's going to probably get himself killed.
That was
Okay.
it. I thought that would be a good lead since Levi knows the city so well. You,
Levi has not been here in a very long time.
That's crazy.
Is
He knows
there-
what the city used to be. Sorry.
I know the layout.
Is there someone else that you may know that we may have correspondence with, then who might have access to city building plans or things of such nature?
City building plans, especially for a place that would be a high target for robbery, would be very hard to get. Unfortunately.
How hard? Harder than getting the horn from a museum?
Do you?
What do you want from the plans?
A lot of times, places like this, there's, when it comes to remodel or adjustments, people usually build over instead of replace. I have at least experience with that in Primeport.
From what I know, this building is one of the oldest in the city.
I do believe it is an original building.
Do you think Dirty Sam might know something about this?
I don't think
Dirty
Dirty
Sam.
Sam can help
He
us.
sees a lot.
Dirty Sam.
Last time he was here, he was screaming in the road.
Dirty Sam is more of
You
a.
kidnapped him.
I knocked him out because he was screaming in the road.
Don't hurt Dirty Sam.
Don't hurt
I
Dirty Sam.
didn't hurt him.
Dirty Sam is invaluable.
He's more of a. Did you see my friend
Sonny?
leave?
Oh, yeah.
Not,
Okay.
not a.
Mm.
How do we break into the museum?
Well,
He seems very observant
he's
ever
more
since
of
the
a,
disappearance
did
of
you
his
see
son.
my female friend leave?
Yes. More of a.
Alright.
Who's also focused on Sonny.
Sonny?
His son. You know the one missing a while ago.
Oh no. Sonny is his daughter.
Oh. Did she go missing a while ago?
Unless he had. And also had a son that went missing.
Twins?
Maybe. I
If I
heard it's all
remember
different.
correctly, Sunny is the daughter, and Suni. No, the other way around. Suni is the daughter.
Why are we
Sonny is the
debating
son.
Dirty Sam's lineage?
It's
Can
not
we talk
debate.
about something
Of course,
important, please?
Of course. Of course. Yes. What is our plan? What is your plan? I am
Thank you.
just here to help. I got the identification,
Yeah.
and I would love to help you all, but there needs to be a plan.
Well, the most important thing, I think, is going to be the exit. Because
I agree.
getting out of there, I don't think getting in, I believe we can pull something
He
off.
seems like he can get us in, and I can vouch you probably.
We,
You can change how you look, yeah?
Yes, I can.
Go in looking one way, take it, walk out, look like somebody else.
That theoretically is something I could do, however.
but they would stop anybody if anything was taken.
You'd immediately
Even if you were a
notify
guard,
them
you'd
once
have
you
to
touch it.
respond to that.
Of course, now the question is this alarm something that is conjured from magical activation? If so, there is a chance I could disable that activation
Once you get in.
once I'm inside.
Well, the problem is, are we all trying to walk out? The same way we entered.
That was why I was initially looking to see if the building had any other exits that were not known to the public. Not necessarily unintentional ones.
Were there windows?
I did ask around.
Were they barred?
No, they were beautiful. And if you break through any of those windows, I would be very upset.
What kind of glass is
The
that?
stained glass work was just impeccable. Okay.
Dark stained
Perfect.
glass?
That's helpful.
Yes. It was-
nice.
No. But see, it was very interesting how they did.
Again,
they took
again,
the darker.
We should probably focus on what's at hand.
Well, this is very
Val just
important.
like is holding his forehead in his hands, like what is going on?
Alright. How close to the river?
Is the museum about
Higher up.
3 blocks?
3 blocks?
A lot of elevation.
A lot of it.
As in like 3 blocks?
City blocks.
City blocks, okay.
We could make a break for the sewers, but that's if we get out of the hall
Oh,
itself.
I try to stay out of it. I can go invisible.
Don't know.
That probably won't help.
Was your you both used powerful magic, I assume, as a test inside of the
Very powerful.
I didn't do any of the magic. I was distraction.
what sort of magical endeavors did you accomplish just to see the reaction of?
The
Oh.
most powerful. I summoned a hand.
Mage.
Have we thought about maybe
It's a spell.
a lie to get us in and out? Tell them
You already have an in.
we're there to inspect some of the artifacts.
They
or
would probably have
inspect alarms.
record
maybe.
of that.
Yeah, they know. some
This
stuff.
isn't really a place to go in BSing.
We can get it. So no one has any other ideas
I
for an
really think
escape.
the best bet would be have someone maybe go in with one other person as backup, and whoever can get out quickly.
If we're going,
Zerena's been in there before.
Is it out of the
Serena
realm of
is missing.
possibility to just buy
Well,
a
she's gonna
scroll
be here
of
in a sec.
teleportation?
yes,
This
I
is
tried
quite
to find
difficult
one.
to do.
I could not.
There's none at all.
I tried to find one,
Are
but
any of you
they have other
casters?
spells.
Do you have
Levi, did you say that you could?
I
anything?
can't go that far. It's like right about that
What
far.
about you, Kieran? You have
This
your
is
ability
about
to
as
move
far as
in and out of the walls, yes?
Yes, I could do that, but I wouldn't be able to take anyone with me, and
Could you take the object with you?
guess, how would I get in?
The way we all go in? Well, or
If
just
I go in and then I take the object, then you'll all get arrested.
well, but if we don't go in,
Why would
how
we
would I
get?
get it?
Why would we get arrested
By
if we
walking
don't
in?
associate?
Yeah.
If you're
Well-
in there when the thing gets stolen, obviously.
Whoever lets
They're not just
him
gonna be
in,
like,
whoever goes in with
well,
him is
see
going to
ya.
be associated with him.
Not
let me-
unless
let
that
me
person
clarify.
leaves before the
I may
crime
be
is
slightly
committed.
confused. Were you two the only ones in the place this whole time? Was there no other people looking in the museum?
There was one other elf man.
Was there no
Where have
other
you
people?
gone?
Separate from you guys?
Were there multiple people?
There was like him and like a few, like 2 other people. It
There
wasn't
was
like
a woman wailing against a statue. I don't know what that's about.
Typical.
Well,
That's
regardless, the tenants are going to be sparse. So
Well,
that's what the aliases kind of twirl the mustache are for.
we're very far with the plan, but it's
If
very
you-
rudimentary.
I
If
still
you
think
went
that if we
in
replaced it-
invisibly and then stole the artifact, they would only be able to blame someone else who's there if they never saw you go in. So we could go in at the same time just to look. You come in invisible alongside us. They don't know that you ever entered. And then there's other people there.
Sorry,
You
not
s-
to end it, but there's probably a magical field at the doorway.
Was
It's-
there?
Yeah.
We could just fight our way out.
well, if
We
the
could.
guards are as simple as 3 people, then that would not be an issue.
A heist has failed 3 times already.
Exactly.
I'm sure they thought about it more than this.
Exactly.
And there's
More
still that
importantly,
guardian
we don't know
issue.
what else in there will come to life.
Yeah, you mentioned
That's true.
guardians. Yeah.
I still think our best option is to take the item and replace it with a make-like item. A magical sword.
We don't know how sensitive the trigger is.
How
either.
how much did you move the object by?
I lifted it up.
Like off of it or?
About 6 inches in the air.
Oh, that might work.
Wait, were you able to detect if the trigger was magical or mechanical?
Unfortunately, I was not looking at the object since I was trying to distract the
Okay. Well, if it's mechanical, then yeah, a slip and go might be our best option. But
You got measurements of the item, right? So we can recreate something like it.
I think that as of where we stand right
In
now,
fact, I've got a drawn picture right here.
I know
Where
a
is-
horn that looks just like that.
I think that as it stands now, the potential best chance is to see if I can deactivate the alarm before we pick it up and have someone else distracting the present guard.
Okay.
You left on a good basis, yes. You can return to the.
Oh yes, very good basis.
If
I told a wonderful story. We had a very nice discussion about.
Wait, what do we do after that? Sorry.
well, if it's mechanical, I can maybe get in there and try to disarm it.
Well, he has a bag he can put it in and it would just vanish.
It would vanish.
I have a
Make
question
an illusion of
for the singer.
A replica.
When
a
you
replica.
set the
Yes.
alarm off, what did they do to check that when you set it back down, it was actually the item? Did he check it? Or could you do a switcheroo, let there be an accident where the alarm goes off and they look and it's still there?
When I let the item back down, it didn't seem that they checked. Although I don't know if they checked once we had left.
Once we left,
I
is it
could.
something to think about.
Exactly. I mean, what you're saying is that if we are able to nullify the alarm going off, it doesn't necessarily matter if we replace it, as long as we get out of there before
They know
anyone's
that.
the wiser.
Yeah.
I hate to say it like this, but also, if the alarm goes off and we have a pretty lady there to trip and fall into the artifact and cause the alarm to go off, the guards may be a bit more lenient.
A sleight of hand trick.
And I could always
If you-
talk to them.
Butterfingers.
If you try to
you
lift
will.
it and then the alarm goes off, immediately someone falls and bumps into it. That's why the alarm went
Well,
off.
Estrella is quite beautiful. She may be able to help with something like that.
Very radiant.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I mean,
Perhaps one of you could charm the guard.
Easy.
We had a friend who was quite good at that.
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's not with us anymore.
Okay.
oh, I can pick up for Red and Spirit. Don't worry. I got the charm.
For some reason, I doubt that.
If there's any talking,
There's
I
different
prefer
rules. We'll try.
to
Well, if we're going to talk about charming the guard and combining that with someone, as Levi says, butterfingering the horn.
Not the word I tried to use, but yes.
Well, you know that
That's
kid
what
named Butterfinger.
You know
he
what?
said.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Who was the one that you were the one by the horn? Yes. And Levi, do you have the goat horn still? Or does Serena have it?
Wait, I stole it from her. She got it back. No, I think she still has it.
Where is she? Is she coming?
We don't know because the boys
we're gonna
lost
talk about
her.
that.
Hold on
Right.
a minute. Is my dog following the architect still?
Just following him into an alley. He's just kind of like.
Scratching at
telling-
walls.
He's like tiptoeing in the alley right now.
Just like towards like a wall or something.
He's like towards like a corner. He's kind of like peering around the thing.
It's kind
And then you see him turn back to the dog. Kind of like leans out. He's like. Bark at the other side.
I'm gonna watch this for a second.
He's like. Go. The dog just kind of like goes. I know, bark, bark, bark. And then the dog just kind of like sits there. And he just like. Kind of opens this, like messes with this door and like goes inside. You all just. And she's just like.
What is his problem?
I don't know. I think it's an aneurysm.
He's
I could
watching
See
through
the
his
Guy gets
dog.
thrown out of a door. It's this huge, just burly orc comes out. You little, and he just starts. Just beating the crap out of him.
Come back. Go find Savannah.
Oh my god.
Just get what you deserve. I mean,
The dog
if it's
just
an
goes
importance of finding the small one, I can always talk to her.
you can.
You can?
Why didn't you mention that sooner?
That
This
would be
is
helpful.
an important early
Well, she was supposed to
conversation.
be following us, and I leave her to it.
Could you send her the request to come here?
Sure. Zurna, the group is wondering if you can meet us in the tower.
The cliff.
Let's do that.
You could probably still.
You are kind of like walking up the steps of the cliff.
Oh, okay.
Can respond.
You can respond. If you've ever gotten this, no, you have. Yeah.
She's got one from me.
She's gotten sendings.
So just be like, okay.
She says okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk in.
Does she sound
You see Barney.
Okay.
Barney's like, you're the cat ears,
Yes.
pretty lady.
Yes, sure.
Right this way. Do you want a drink or anything?
Please.
What kind of drink? It's on me.
Okay.
I got
Everclear.
What is like the highest alcohol content?
oh yeah, I got
Moonshine.
yeah, this'll do it. This stuff's from the Bastion. Yeah, pretty nice stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep it for special occasions. I kind of put a small like shot glass.
Could I have a little more?
Trust me, this stuff is pretty heavy.
Just a little bit.
Kind of grabs like a whiskey glass. Sure, whatever. The more the better, I guess.
Okay, she's.
I'll drink some too, I guess. Why not? You
She's
can
just
both get
gonna.
drunk.
She's just gonna down it.
All right. He just downs it too. Kind of grabs a different bottle. Wow. Wow, that's really strong.
It's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, wow. That's kind of closes the bottle, puts it back up. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Want
had it
food or
before?
anything?
No, I don't really have time, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So,
makes sense.
where are my people?
Bro,
Yeah, they're just back that way. So you go behind the curtain, don't go to the other room, and then up the stairs. Be really slow when you open the door. Really slow. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not making a joke.
Oh,
If you open it
okay.
too fast. You catch my drift.
okay.
You don't want to open it really fast.
Bro's trying to get his next hookup to
Okay.
not die.
Got it. Thanks.
But yeah. Yeah, right that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Next time you want to drink, you know where to go though. The cliff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will definitely.
Do you always wear those cat ears? Is that like a thing that you do? Or is it just like a one-off?
They're attached. They're real. These ones are fake. Any more questions, or can I go?
Yeah. So,
She's
yeah.
just gonna start walking away before you even like.
Kind of walk across this curtain and up the stairs.
The
door.
passenger stair is real.
Just gonna walk up to the door, I guess, and like slowly open it.
All right. Your
What did she
friends
say
are all
to
sitting
the
around.
sound, or-
They're kind of all just sitting around by this big
Not too
bookshelf.
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
Oh, that was very quick.
There you are.
Figure you should be around.
Great. Zarena,
Yeah.
are you willing to let us use your horn?
For what?
We're gonna dress it up to make it look like the horn that we're stealing, and then Good old switch.
I was thinking less of a deception visually and more of a like, is it the same weight, roughly? You know, like placeholder.
I could make it look exactly like the angle.
There you go.
Were you able to feel how heavy it was?
Well, there's no possible way to get the exact weight.
Well, he lifted it with a piece of magic. I would assume that he might retain some of that information.
Yeah.
Some of it, but
7.6 ounces.
I know that it weighed about as much as my flute, plus
A tankard of ale.
a tiny bit more of my flute.
Examine the many bookshelves in this room for any books that I think might mention this thing, because it was clearly significant in history. What kind of a check would you like me to make?
investigation.
Investigation 13.
You don't see anything in the open, because you're kind of looking around while they're talking.
We
I
can
know for a
try
fact it was
using
less than
it.
10 pounds.
Well, if that
Am I,
is,
is this gonna be gone?
if our options are limited down to
Like if
fighting our way out or deceiving our way out,
One of you guys has to.
those are what we have. There is an off chance that I may be able to try to manipulate the weave a bit better, but nothing I can guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much of a, would it be transmutation, conjuration expertise?
Okay. Well, do we want to be moving fast then? Like, do we want to like get it done like tonight if possible, or do we want to wait till?
Well, we won't be able to enter the museum tonight.
Okay.
Without breaking.
Should we wait for the architect then to see if his lead comes
No,
up?
I just
I don't trust the architect.
he just got absolutely mauled
He
by
got
a big
mollywhacked?
man,
I'm sorry. Who is the architect?
It's unimportant.
druggy.
I'm cool.
He's not important.
He's not worth writing a song about.
Hey, you don't know him like that. Don't jump to conclusions. All right.
Is he worth writing a song?
No.
Maybe.
He's not.
Okay, maybe a limerick.
Zorena's gonna walk up to Tamara and be like, hello. I am going to need a different disguise.
Well, judging by the fact that you are not very nice to me at all, and I don't like your attitude, or anything about you actually, I'm not gonna go out of my way to help you. Hope that helps. And
thought
I
told
actually
you a
did it on
poem about
purpose.
being
I
king.
added the cat ears because I wanted you to wear them. And to see your face when you had to wear them if you wanted to be a part of all of this.
Hey.
So, no.
Hey, Tamara. I appreciate the gag.
It's not a gag.
I understand, but just don't jump so quick to conclusions. Sorry.
Don't have any conclusions.
Well, I'm just saying.
I do love Zorana, but first impressions are important, so I understand.
Zorana, why do you need a new disguise?
Because she's prideful.
No, actually, thanks though for asking. I just needed a different one.
Oh, that's a really good reason.
That's really, really convincing.
Yeah. I think we should get
Okay,
her in disguise. I
you
think.
know what?
How about you go and get your own disguise then?
Fine.
Okay, enough with the disguise. Zorana, we should not be here for much longer.
There is a poem
Do you
about
want to know
Brown.
why I need a new disguise?
You said because you needed them.
I
If
was
it's
not
a good reason.
finished.
Well, then finish.
Dean, I believe we should write a song about pride.
If you could let Zorana finish her
I think
sentence.
that's a wonderful idea.
No, let
Gentlemen, I
other
want to
woman
hear.
finish.
I got into well, you know how
Zorana,
obviously
what
I'm
did you
not
do?
good at first impressions.
What did you
Right.
do?
And how I get a little angry.
Oh dear.
So I also, I like to shoot people, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I know that.
So there may or may not be a guard in the Gleaming District that
You're a
has
bright one.
a bloody ear.
If you had an intelligent thought, it would die of loneliness.
Wait,
Thanks.
you shot a guard in the Gleaming District?
Yeah.
That was an excellent line. You might be
That's not sick,
Singing as well.
Levi. Don't.
Hey,
Well, that is actually very sick. Why would you
Anyways.
Exactly.
Wait.
Shooting someone
Okay,
in the Gleaming District.
There's no.
it was
The only thing.
I don't need to explain anything to you.
We're
You do,
already being
because you have to
hunted.
get a new identification for me now. So you do. Why?
Maybe you
One good
just
reason.
wait outside the museum.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be a part of this. If
You
you're.
agree that that does seem to be the best option.
We should finish the job you guys started and
Serena,
leave.
you might be helpful. You are very good at being stealthy.
I mean,
No. I mean, if you guys don't need me there.
Serena. No.
If it is at all important, my suggestion, without any of this context, is going to be that Zarena plays Overwatch because she's the best person at that, and the most likely to actually silence
Plays
somebody.
Overwatch?
All right.
What does that mean?
Overlooks the job
From.
vantage point.
Oh, I see.
It means like to keep a bird's eye view.
Of course. Yes, of course. I was.
Because, like it or not, she is quite keen and capable when it comes to her skill set. And she has acknowledged that her skill set doesn't necessarily fall in the realm of social prowess.
I think that's a good use of it.
She's
Fine
fairly
use of words,
self-aware.
my friend.
I never said it was.
De-escalation is a skill of yours.
It has been quite used recently, but
Well. So you'll be in the shadows then, not needing.
That's where I love to be.
Zarena Pride is like a large, lonely mountain. It builds itself up over time by the
Yavik?
rain and debris that falls from the sky.
I
But
have
eventually,
more
Kind of is,
arrows.
Zarena, if I do remember what you said previously, you
Arrowhead Mountains.
Zarena, if I remember correctly, you also are able to disguise yourself fairly proficiently, yes? As long as you don't need to be identified with identification, you should be okay. I think. So perhaps this is for the best either way. She can provide herself with a quality disguise and we don't have to worry about acquiring the documentation for it.
Sounds good. But we still have the problem of getting out.
So, just as a clarifier, so we know the likelihood going in, what was the how reliable was the evidence? Is that the right word? Sources regarding there being some form of sentinel protection.
It's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Rumors start
But
from
they did see
somewhere.
statues.
Zarena, if we may ask, you've tried this before, yes?
Yeah.
Were you part of the team inside of the building?
Well, we never got in.
How did that go?
Well, we tried to magically teleport in and it didn't work.
Alright, so then
So you can use magic inside,
could we
but you
assume
can't use magic to get in.
could we assume that potentially magical teleportation out of the building is also prohibited?
Could be.
It's already out of the picture, so we don't need to worry about it.
Well, you cast a spell inside the building.
Correct.
So why is it out of the picture?
Well,
Because we don't have a scroll of teleportation.
Perhaps
More importantly, I think I should finish this poem.
No, I think you're
More
done.
Adelian's
You-
poem, Book of Poems says, Pride is like a lonely mountain. It builds itself up until one day it comes crumbling down with no one there to...
That's a great poem.
really helpful.
Anyways,
I feel so inspired.
lot of
I'm gonna
wisdom.
change all my ways now.
Okay.
So,
Regardless,
Much
tomorrow,
yeah.
are we going in?
Tomorrow? Today?
What?
Tonight.
What?
Today before they close?
Today before they
what
close, we
time do the
walk
gates
in with
close?
Vic. Or sorry, Val, over here.
Yeah. I'll get us in.
You can get us in. Me and Andres will be a part of it. I'll take the mechanical side of things. If you don't find anything magical about the horn or the pedestal, if it's that way, you talk to me.
it
I
may
get
take
it
me
done.
some time inside of the building to properly set up for
It's
that.
confusing.
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna make a scene.
We'll stay down there. I'll play Butterfingers if needs to be for the swap, and I can give one of you guys my bag of holding to make that transition real fast.
We may be on some time limit when
That's
we get
right.
there.
Curfew is sundown, which
Okay.
means the gates will close.
The gates are to the Gleaming District, by the way.
Right.
So tomorrow, before the hall closes down.
Yes, it might be better to let it rest for tonight.
Yeah. Get back to it tomorrow.
Especially if there was if there is a little bit of the ruckus throughout the city today, whether that was Zern or other people.
If you let it last another day, then every guard will know who to look for instead of only a few.
She's right.
Just for Zarena.
Oh, the
And for
But
yeah,
are we
you're
not?
not off the hook.
that's
either.
not going to
world.
Did you
keep you
see
completely
this?
We're
safe.
trying
Yeah,
to
it looks
find
like my
this.
hair is glued onto your face.
I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be walking about all the time.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck on this.
You're not gonna be doing.
Obviously, me and the small dwarf can't go back today. As
Yeah,
that would be
you could
highly suspicious.
be on the outside to help us get out.
Or perhaps be prepared to resist backup.
The door is merely a gate.
I've seen
Sure, you
Dean do
could take
quite
it down.
work with an ogre.
Yeah.
We should find a way with
Well,
the
that's
least
totally
amount of
true.
fighting. I would.
It's the
Hate.
smartest way. And
So
are we leaving the city as well? I feel like this is why we
We
should sleep
should.
on it because there's a lot of
Definitely.
stuff that we need to know.
just because we leave the city doesn't mean we can't come back. We should do this, leave for at least a week. If you have business you need to do in the city, we can come back. But let the dust settle.
What were you saying, Estrella?
It would be a shame for liabilities, especially if you were inside and something happened. I would very much like to keep the fighting at a minimum.
Also, I think it'll be much more than a week, my friend. This horn is not just a horn.
Well, it will take us a while to get back to West Den anyway.
We should also not forget that we have an entire boat full of horses to bring back with us.
We can leave them. I'm not attached to horse meat.
Well, the horses will still be valuable one way or another.
Yeah, we can get new horses. I mean, they're not like the.
And
And
people
donkey
can
dog.
talk to horses too, so they could get information if that number of horses similar to the one.
I didn't tell
Number of
horse meat
people
my
who-
name.
The horse meat probably knows what you look like.
No, that's true.
That being said, how many hours till this is a closed establishment?
Well, it's 3:30 right now.
4 or 5.
And
Basically.
we want to start this probably near the end
More
of
like
the.
2 or 3.
That's what I was gonna say. I was thinking.
We
It's
want to
not
be in there while it's still open before
Yeah.
they shut down.
Mm-hmm.
End of day is probably the least amount of traffic.
So
What's
who
the
is
earliest amount of
who
traffic?
is doing what?
Do you know a good exit to the city? Like,
Yes.
Are we
should
going to
we-
leave the horses, or do we have someone?
we can get the horses to the exit before we do.
Yes.
No, the best exit is right here.
In-
Cliff.
The cliff?
We could have someone take
Just
the.
hop
And
over
rope
the wall.
down.
Okay.
We could have one of our party
Yes,
take
stow
the
the horses outside.
outside today and
Yeah.
climb up through the cliff to get back in for the mission later.
I think that me and the dwarf should bring the horses outside, and we'll wait for you.
Actually, that may make sense.
Works.
And it can. If we do it.
Yes, that would work.
Does that work
But
for you, Dean?
Yes, I can do
How
that.
much rope do you all have?
I have quite a bit
How
actually.
much?
I got 50.
I have around 200 to 250
Oh,
feet.
perfect.
Whoa.
Let's tie a rope to this bed
Not on
and
me,
throw it out the
but
window.
I would have to
That's not
go
a bad
to my
idea.
horse to get it.
And then you can all climb out this window. You have to squeeze, but
We'll set up the rope while you guys are busy.
I have about
Collecting.
50 feet.
I got 50 too.
too.
perfect.
So the plan is go to the museum,
Wait a second.
test some things, figure out if it's a magical or mechanical system. If it's magical, you dispel it. If it's mechanical, we try to swap it. And if that doesn't work, Butterfingers.
Butterfingers.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan. I'm getting excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's sick, right? That's pretty
It's
sick.
pretty awesome. Levi, I'm not sure
I've
the
never
drawing
done
of the horn in case you want to magically replicate it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just gonna look at that. And is there any? Do you mind if I?
Fine.
Does it look about the same shape and size to you?
No, it's much smaller.
You can make it look bigger. If we don't hollow it out, it'll still hold the same density. If I get it right.
I believe it should
About
be
a
about the
flute-
same size.
flute
The
and a half.
glass that was around it is pretty tight.
Well, we could go to a butcher, maybe get a different horn.
There was a glass one. The horn in the museum?
Yeah, the chains.
It's been chains or glass. It was on a pedestal. Remember, there wasn't chains or glass.
Well, I can work.
Pedestal that I was on was small.
Alright. Despite
I was
that.
so used to creating the lore.
Yeah.
The actual canon.
DM, let me correct you.
We're gonna get there.
You're gonna need a
Actually, it's
small-
a very large pillar.
Yeah. You're gonna need a smaller horn.
Well, I can work on get something a bit better in size, and then we can doll it up tonight.
Well, not tonight since we need to get there before dusk, but
Well, what's stopping us with just staying up here all day and getting our due diligence done and then doing it tomorrow?
I think the idea
it's
of time.
Not getting
fast.
caught.
Yeah.
Everyone will be looking for her, you, probably all of you,
Fair enough.
Ultimately, we did
because you were all seen together.
seen together,
And that figure Enzo you mentioned.
and the guards just died recently.
Yeah, it's in our
Perfect.
best interest if we just leave as soon as possible.
Things
We
are
should leave.
getting worse rapidly. I'd hate to see what happens if we spend another 5 hours here.
But I'm so curious.
So okay, who is doing what then?
All right, I've written it all down here in my journal.
Yeah.
So,
Goody.
first of all, the small ponytailed beautiful one will be on top of the closest house providing overwatch. You won't be doing anything really at all, which is interesting. I don't know how you got away with that. Me and the dwarf will be collecting the horses, tying the rope to the top of this tower and out the tower down to the bottom where you guys will all meet.
Excuse me, I've already done my job. I got you all identification.
Great.
That's good.
Continue.
We will be dropping the rope out of the tower down to the bottom below, which is where you will come to leave the city. And it looks like the plan for inside will be enter with his IDs that he has to get you in. Then you will fumble around and pretend to be clumsy, which we know you're not. It's celestial after all.
I think Levi took that.
I'm the klutz.
Which is pretty accurate.
You will mess up and bump over the horn and then quickly replace it while you collect it in a bag of holding, or you. And then you will quickly make your way out while you talk to the guards and convince them that the horn there is the real one. And once you have left,
That's the part that's going to be hard.
Well, a few of the details there is hopefully disabling whatever magical alarm is present for the horn,
if
making
you're
it
able.
easier to at least persuade them nothing's wrong.
And then the team inside will just make a break for the river to try to lose the guards and get to the exit point by the cliff.
And if
Attack.
everything goes wrong, we fight our way out if we have to.
And that is also why Estrella is there, because like it or not, in a fight, she's probably the most useful for all of us to make sure we all get out of there.
You will also be standing watch outside. You're in.
Good.
Sounds like a plan.
Accurate.
You know, it's more like
No, it's more like
It's like,
you have to be mute with it. You have to be like,
You know, I
no
know.
sound.
and you're like, what was that?
yeah, what was that?
Just pop the stone.
If I'm actually being Nate, then I have to go like this. I have to go. Yeah.
It's like
Nate, don't take this disrespect.
We love you, Nate.
we love
This
you.
is what you get for not being.
Yeah. We gotta take the one chance.
I got the heat for my accent. You get the heat for talking.
I got heat for being
For
rad.
talking,
That's true.
not talking.
They're like,
enough.
guys, he's gonna talk to the trees.
All right.
That seems to be the whole plan.
Well,
I think we should get to it.
I'm just there for fun.
If there's anything else
are
that
you
you
coming
need to,
inside?
Of course.
Yes, you are.
Of
So
course.
if there's
I want to be
anything
there.
else that you need to collect in the
Sounds
city or that you'd like me to collect, me and the dwarf can do that in the meantime, since we'll have a little bit more time than you.
If you're coming into the museum, please try to make yourself look as presentable as possible so we draw the least amount of attention.
Oh, easy.
Now, where are those club sandwiches? I feel like I've been waiting forever. I'm gonna go leave the room to the kitchen.
Open the door slowly. Yo, would be the one to be like, "Where's my
Come
sandwiches?"
downstairs.
It's just like temple of
They're just sitting on the counter. There's like 4 of them. Just sit there.
Oh. Bruce just inhales them.
Well, enjoy. Yeah, I didn't want to go up there. Didn't know what you guys were talking about.
Talking about you.
No, you weren't.
We were, Barney.
No, I have a little pipe that goes up there. I installed it a while ago. Yeah, I can just put my ear up and hear everything.
Wow, Barney.
Yeah, one of the books. It's not actually a book.
Wow. You'll have to show me how that mechanic works.
It's not complicated at all.
Mhm.
Actually, you can just put something up to a string and like run a string through stuff and hear it pretty well. Actually, did you know if you stand by a fence and put your ear up to a fence, like
I don't think he's
hundreds of feet away, you can just hear every noise that fence makes.
I believe that's because of the vibration of the sounds, my friend.
Sound is vibration. That's what I've experienced.
Yeah. That is also what I've
Barney
experienced being a
Is a like
instrumentalist
pro
myself.
stoner.
What was that?
Nothing, my friend.
Are there any other
That club zone.
Are there any other things that people feel should be said or mentioned regarding this? I feel like we've had a lot of individual inputs. Is everyone on board with what's going on? Any concerns?
I'm very excited.
Do I just
I'm good.
stand there and do nothing?
No,
I mean,
pretty
No.
face.
I'm not very
It
good
works.
at
And
flirting
Butterfingers,
or
if
doing
Well, then
anything.
how about me and you
You
walk
can-
up to the guards?
Be distractions.
Well, they do that.
Tamara's
Okay.
good at talking.
There.
I can tell.
You will have to teach me. I'm not very good at flirting.
Leave the talking to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like walk back in. Dean, are you ready to go?
I've been ready this whole time.
All right, my friend.
Hey, could you all take this backpack and put it with your horses?
What is
Sure.
it?
It's probably her things.
Are you
My
coming
stuff.
with us? After?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just come
that was part of the deal. You know
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
She also has to
Okay.
leave the city.
Can't believe Levi.
Hey, I'm gonna like socially kind of like catch Serena's attention and try to like pull her off to the corner of the room just to talk.
What?
Hey, do you want to try again?
No.
I'm not talking about us. That ship has sunk. I'm talking, do you want to try to steal it from the hall again? Do you want to try to get a little bit of redemption? Because, I mean, like, if it's personal, if that place is personal, you know, if you want to like get in on the action.
It's not.
You sure?
Plus, I don't think I'd be very helpful.
I mean, if you think that, then it's probably true, because you manifest what you believe. But from what I've seen, that might not be the case.
Well, it wouldn't be helpful if nobody wants me there. So
Yeah, but
I'd rather just wait outside.
hey, if you want it, screw what everybody else thinks. And I just kind of walk away. All right, we going? We doing this?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Alright.
You keep fiddling with that.
You
It's
should-
going to
It's
fall off.
falling off.
You should just embrace your face at this point. They'll know it.
Maybe. But you're forgetting the voice. It's a pretty good voice.
No, it's not.
That's a pretty good part.
Come on. I am Samuel King. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Anyways, should we go?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
leave.
We should go.
Val, your voice is actually kind of sexy.
Who said that?
Tamara, the only
Okay.
person, the only NPC here.
Sorry.
Barney's just in the room. Your voice is pretty
It's like whispering through the.
Yeah.
One of the books on the wall.
Whatever you say.
I mean, whatever I say.
Oh, we have work to do.
See what I'm saying? Alright, I'm sorry. Let's go.
Let's go.
Not Jack living vicariously through his.
Alright. Then as you all party and your friend get ready to pull off something that has not yet been completed ever. We'll see how it goes.
We made this plan
in
in
the
one
next
day.
session.
Then we can
Yeah, as we
meet into
close,
it.
Could that conversation be counted as a short rest?
Pretty
No,
pleased.
they are perfect.
We are so
Alright.
thoroughly cooked.
Thank you guys. Those of you who watched till the end, you're goated.
You are goaded.
There's no one who did that. But if you did do that, leave a comment down below.
Dude, not even our own party members.
And say the word
I watched
in the
the
chat,
last one.
chicken. If we see that from someone.
Chicken.
That's facts, actually.
Wait, if you see the word architect,
That's real.
No,
actually.
that's better than chicken.
That is better than chicken.
That is better.
And if we see you say just chicken, we know you didn't listen to the real end. Tune in next time. Watch this all go to jail.